Yellow Jacket Hockey is on the air from Westman Arena on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where tonight the Yellow Jackets are going to look to, 1, get back in the win column, and 2, advance the championship game of the 2024 Superior Showdown as they take on the Vikings from Lawrence University. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. I am John Garver, and boy, let's hope that the rest of the broadcast in this game goes better than that opening segment did between clearing my throat and calling them the wrong name. Let's hope that things get a little bit better. But at any rate, it is day one of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway, and the Yellow Jackets, who are the defending tournament champions, are going to look to advance to the championship game of this event for the second time in back-to-back years, and for the third time in the last 4 years, taking on a Lawrence University team that, frankly, I don't know how much the coaching staff and the players know about them, and honestly, I don't know a whole lot about this club either. This is a team that the Yellow Jackets have not seen much of over the years. I can't even see over the last few years, but over the years, as this is just the third meeting all time between the two programs. So it's been a long time since the Yellow Jackets have last seen Lawrence. You got to go all the way back to 2000. That's not right. That's not two. You got to go all the way back to 2010 as the last time that these two teams met. So it's been a long, long time. Nobody involved with the programs, I think with the exception of me, was here the last time that these two teams met. So it's a lot of years since the Yellow Jackets and the Vikings have squared off, and we will see what they have in store for the Yellow Jackets here today. St. Scholastica has already advanced to the championship game of the 2024 Superior Showdown with their victory this afternoon over Dubuque. We'll have more on that one in a few moments. But it should be a good one here at Westman Arena as the Yellow Jackets look to push Thanksgiving into the rearview mirror. Hopefully there's not too much tryptophan in the systems, and the Jackets come out with their legs hopping and are ready to go here tonight. Coming up on the pregame show after this timeout, we'll check out what happened last time out for the Yellow Jackets. So we'll take a look at what else is happening around the WIAC tonight. We'll talk about the first game of this tournament here that happened earlier this afternoon. We'll catch up with junior defenseman Tyler Ryder. All that and more when the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce continues right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Last Saturday night, the Yellow Jackets were on the road at UW-Stevens Point, hoping to finish off a weekend sweep following a really nice victory last Friday night here at Westman Arena over UW-Eau Claire. Unfortunately, they did not get off to the start that they needed, and once again did not put a full 60 minutes together, and ended up losing by a goal 5-4 to the Pointers. Pointers got the scoring started at 9:33. Fletcher Anderson scoring his second of the season from Josh German and Nico Shimilevsky to make it 1-0. Excuse me, Yellow Jackets answering at 13:25. Daniel Roosevelt, an unassisted goal. Really beautiful goal. Roosevelt intercepting a clearing pass just outside the Stevens Point blue line. Went in alone on the goaltender, faked forehand, and pulled it to his backhand, lifting it over goaltender Alex Proctor. His second of the season, unassisted, tied it at 1. Then the Pointers capitalizing twice quickly at 15:22. Chris Engelbert getting a rebound for his fourth, made it 2-1. And then at 17:17, Peyton Hart scoring on a power play. 3-1 Pointers after 1. They outshot the Yellow Jackets 12-5 in that first period. In the second period, they scored another goal on a power play. Just, excuse me, just at the tail end of the Yellow Jacket power play. It came 15 seconds in. Nico Shimilevsky scoring. And this was the goal. I mean, it really bothered me seeing this one in person because Fletcher Anderson got the puck at the Yellow Jacket blue line and basically just stood there stationary handling the puck for a little while. And nobody closed on him. And that gave them the opportunity to crash somebody to the net. He just floated it in on goal. Jack Boschert made the save. The puck was just lying there, and it was poked home by Shimilevsky to make it a 4-1 game just 15 minutes into the second period. That was the end of the night for Boschert as he headed to the locker room. And Jan Skorpik came on in relief. After that, the Yellow Jackets kind of started to wake up, and it came courtesy of Tyler Ryder, who scored a shorthanded goal, his first of the season. Actually, gorgeous goal. We'll talk to him a little bit about it later on in the pregame show. But he got the puck in his own zone, started up the left wing with it, cut it to the net because he had a lane and nobody really closed in on him at all. Took it to the net and slid a backhand between the pads of Alex Proctor for his first. Gavin Rasmussen got the assist, and it was 4-2. Jackets would close the gap again on a power play at 10:49 of the second period. Rasmussen scoring his first goal of the season. And this was a really nice goal as he was able to, Jackets had a 5-on-3. They were moving the puck around really nicely, and the shot came in from up high. The save was made. The rebound dropped to Gavin Rasmussen, left circle, top of the goal crease in that area, and he was able to put it home up high for his first goal of the season, and it was a 4-3 game. And I believe it was Reed Stark and Blake Holmes who got the assist on that one. Early in the third period, the Yellow Jackets tied the game at 11:36. Reed Stark scoring his second goal of the season. Again, a really nice play as the Jackets were buzzing around, and it came up to the line. The long shot got through. The save was made. And then Stark pouncing on the rebound for his second. Rasmussen and Daniel Roosevelt got the assist. That was at 11:36. That tied the game at 4. Unfortunately, it lasted all of 2 minutes. At 13:35, Stevens Point got the eventual game winner. Josh German, who also had 3 assists in the game, took a shot from a sharp angle on the right wing, and it got redirected in front and got between the pads of Jan Skorpik. His second of the season. Jackets put a late press on to try and get the equalizer, but unfortunately weren't able to do so. Final score ended up being Stevens Point with the 5-4 win. Pointers out shooting the Yellow Jackets 35-24 in the game. Nice thing for the Yellow Jackets, they were able to got a tickle in my throat. Jackets were able to get off the schneid on the power play and score a power play goal in that hockey game, ending a long streak of futility with the man advantage. So that was the last time out for the Yellow Jackets. And after last Saturday in the WIAC, other games that went on, River Falls beat Northland 4-1, and Eau Claire beat Stout 4-1. So what does that do for the standings? Well, there's one team in first place with 6 points. That's River Falls. There's one team in sixth place with 0 points. That is Northland, and everybody else is sitting in the middle at 1-1 with 3 points. Superior, Stevens Point, Stout, and Eau Claire all 1-1 in the WIAC. Then in the middle of the week, in non-conference play, Gustavus shut out Northland 5-0. Only other game on the schedule tonight, and it's a big one. UW Eau Claire and St. Norbert will be doing battle at the Cornerstone Community Center in Ashwaubenon, a 7 o'clock face-off in that one. That is a home-and-home series for those two as they'll play at the Hobbs Ice Center tomorrow. That is everything going on around UW Superior. Earlier today, Game 1 of the Superior Showdown between St. Scholastica and Dubuque. And it was St. Scholastica with a 5-3 victory over the Spartans from the University of Dubuque. It was kind of a back-and-forth game early as the teams were trading penalties, trading power plays. Power plays were a big factor in the hockey game as each team capitalized multiple times with the man advantage. And the St. Scholastica getting 2 goals and 2 assists from Tristan Shuchuk. Also got a goal and 2 assists from Jacob Sykes. Nikita Bordzayenko had 2 goals for Dubuque. And it was a nice victory for St. Scholastica as they advance to the championship game of the Superior Showdown. That'll be tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Dubuque will play in the Consolation Championship at 3 o'clock against an opponent to be determined. That'll all be dependent on what happens in this one here tonight. We are still about just under 13 minutes away from the drop of the puck between the Yellow Jackets and Lawrence. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more of the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. The starting lineups, as always, are sponsored by Superior Choice Credit Union. For the Yellow Jackets, it's going to be Kobe Grant getting the starting goal. The Yellow Jackets sophomore out of British Columbia coming into the game, making his 3rd appearance. He's 0-1-1, has a goals against average of 2.92 and a save percentage of .895. A little misleading because he had a brilliant first outing against St. Olaf earlier in the year and had a really good second outing as well against Bethel. Unfortunately, Jackets kind of left him hanging out to dry in the second period of that game. 19 shots on goal for Bethel, a couple of goals in that one as well. But he played very, very well between the pipes. Make no mistake about that. He gets the start here tonight. The starting 5 in front of him, and I'll give the starting 5, and then I'll give what the lineup actually is, because Coach McKenna with a rather peculiar starting lineup tonight. The starting defense pair will be Dusty Bergstrom and Liam Whitehouse. And the forward line will be Gavin Rasmussen, centering Matt Francois on the left wing and Colin Pedersen on the right wing. So what is that? Well, Colin Pedersen back in the lineup for the first time this year after missing some games with injury. So that's awfully nice to be able to see him back in the lineup. But then also he's starting 2 centermen from separate lines tonight. So it's a little bit of a goofy starting lineup. The forward lines Justin Dauphiné will center Zach Lucier on the right wing and Daniel Roosevelt on the left. Chris Ishmael back in the lineup tonight will center Logan Nickerson on the right wing, Tristan Terrian on the left. Matt Francois will center Gavin Watt on the right wing, Blake Setter on the left. And then Gavin Rasmussen will center Austin Paul on the right wing, Reed Stark on the left. Defense pairs, Whitehouse and Bergstrom, Matt Danziger, Tyler Ryder, and Sam Brennan and Blake Holmes. Backing up Kobe Grant tonight, Jack Boschert and Jan Skorpik. The extra skater, as we mentioned, is Colin Pedersen. Starting in goal tonight for Lawrence is going to be Nolan Mahaffey. He is a 6'2", 195-pound sophomore from Grove City, Pennsylvania, making his 9th appearance on the season. He's 3-4-1, a 2.50 goals against average, a .903 save percentage, and 1 shutout in goal for Mahaffey. Starting 5 in front of him, the defense pair are Jaden Jensen and Jeb D, and the forward line, Jack Sheffield, PJ Noonan, and Joshua Denis. That is the starting lineup, sponsored by Superior Choice Credit Union. We're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back on the other side of this break, we'll have a conversation with junior defenseman Tyler Ryder. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We'll talk about the goal in a minute, Tyler, but first, another game and another stretch where the team can't put 60 minutes together. Why is that such a difficult thing for this team early in the year?
You know, I think it's just a new group, and I think we have a few things to figure out, but we're going to get there. I'm not worried about it. I've got a lot of belief in this group, and I think everybody does. So I'm just excited to see what we have this weekend and see if we can string it together.
It was one of those moments where rough first period, it's 3-1, at least in my mind, I'm going, this always seems to happen when you're playing in this building in Stevens Point. That said, I thought you guys showed some real guts coming back than playing the way you did in the second and third.
No, yeah. I mean, Rich called us out, and I kind of wanted to take it upon myself. I didn't think I had a great first period, so I wanted to do something in the second, and I had the opportunity to do it, and I finished, which I'm glad I did, but I really thought we were going to come back. I had a lot of belief in the guys, and we just slipped short, but again, it's just a learning experience for this group.
Glad you brought it up. You had a chance to finish. No, you didn't have a chance. You flat out did finish. Take me through that, because that was a goal scorer's goal, and you're not the top of the goal scoring chart year in and year out. So that was a really great goal. Talk to me about that whole thing that went down.
Yeah. So the puck kind of popped out, and I saw the D kind of stop, hesitate, and I knew he was burned right there. So I was going up, and I was thinking about my move, and in practice, I've been practicing a lot of 5-hole, so I just kind of knew I was going to go backhand 5-hole and see where it went.
All right, I knew he was burned. At what point, where were you on the ice and you knew he was burned? Because you had the puck for almost 200 feet coming down the wing. When did you know he was burned?
Yeah, first couple sets when I got my head up, he took a hesitation like he was going to step in, and I was like, oh, this guy doesn't have it.
So you drive it to the net, a little bit of a stick fake, slide it 5-hole. Really big goal, because it obviously, shorthanded goal for you is always a momentum builder. Kind of sticks it to their power play a little bit, brings them down. From that point on, I mean, it really was the turning point in the game, I felt like, for you guys.
No, I agree. And like I said, I had a lot of belief in our group, and it went 4-4, and I was like, we're doing this. I really thought we were doing this. And, happens late, tip, goes in 5-0, and it's tough. But again, it's a learning experience for these guys, and I'm just excited to see what we have this weekend. So.
What's it been like this year before we get into this weekend? It's such a veteran group back on defense. I mean, all you guys, you have one freshman back there, and it's a veteran group. What's it like playing with all these guys that have been together as long as you have?
It's fun. I mean, everybody kind of knows what we're doing, what we're about, and it's fun to have the confidence to go in and game out, and know what these guys are going to bring to the table and what we can bring to the team.
So now you got a Lawrence team coming in that we don't see very often. It's only the third all-time meeting between the two schools, so we don't know a lot about them. What can you tell us?
We got to come out fast. I'm not even worried about their game. We got to play our game. That's what we got to do for 60. We don't care about what they're bringing. We got to care what we're bringing.
Okay, so you say we got to play our game. What does that mean?
Fast, go north, putts on net, getting pucks low to high, shots, volume, playing fast, physical. That pretty much sums it up. Relentless.
The national anthem has been played, and we are moments away from the start of this one between the Yellow Jackets and Lawrence, and hopefully things go better tonight than they did during the opening stages of this thing for me. I've been all over the place here, the cough, the tickle in the throat, all that kind of stuff. But as we mentioned earlier, only the third meeting all time between these two teams. First one coming on November 14th, 2009 in Appleton. That was a 6-2 win for the Yellow Jackets. And then on December 7th, 2010, a 1-1 overtime tie here at Westman Arena. So those are the only two times that these two teams have met in their histories. Officials for tonight's game is assigned by the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. The referees are Taylor Vachorik and John Loy. The linesmen, Anthony Podominic and Jace Friedlieb. And as always, we look forward to the drop of the puck here to start this one. Drop of the puck. Opening face-off, I should say. Word it properly, John. Sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway. Jackets in the home goals will be attacking left to right here in this opening 20 minutes. Gavin Rasmussen to take the face-off, and he will win it. Yellow Jackets take control in the neutral zone and immediately play it down into the Lawrence zone. Behind the net, Matt Francois overskates the puck. Now on the back check, trying to catch Jaden Jensen and pick his pocket. Collision in the neutral zone as Liam Whitehouse took out Gavin Rasmussen, who's slow getting back to his feet. He'll report back to the bench, and meanwhile back the other way on the attack comes Lawrence. Jack Sheffield in the left circle, plays that one up top. Josh Denise sends it deep. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, P.J. Noonan comes out with it. Noonan cycles it to the right corner. Jackets intercept. Francois plays that up the boards, but that's not going to go. Behind the Yellow Jacket net now, Liam Whitehouse plays that up the right wing, looking for Colin Pedersen. More on him in a moment. That one's going to be broken up. It's held in the Yellow Jacket zone. Pedersen now on the right wing. Feeds it ahead, looking for Justin Dauphiné. That's not going to connect, and it's going to come back the other way. A long shot from the right side. Stick save made by Kobe Grant. Puck back up to the blue line, and that's going to hop up into the Yellow Jacket bench. And we're going to get a face-off here, I believe, in the Yellow Jacket zone, or are they going to bring it outside the line? Outside the line it will be. So face-off just outside the Yellow Jacket blue line. 18:59 to play here, opening period. No score between the Yellow Jackets and Lawrence. Happy to have you with us here on this Friday after Thanksgiving. Hopefully all of you had didn't have quite the caloric intake that I did yesterday. I probably shouldn't eat for a week after that. Sometimes you just can't stop when the food is that good. In the Yellow Jacket zone, Roosevelt on the left wing picks up speed, sends it rink wide on the right. Lucier comes across the line. He floats that toward the net, trying to find Dauphiné breaking for the goal. That one doesn't connect. Lawrence up the right wing, able to clear it out into the neutral zone here. That's going to be played back down into the Yellow Jacket zone. Picked up by Tyler Ryder on the left wing side, looking for Roosevelt. He's got him on the wing. Roosevelt now ahead for Dauphiné. That looked offside. Linesman says otherwise. Lawrence regaining control, however, in their own zone. They play it back behind the net. It's going to come loose, and the only one there is Evan Eisenstark, and he'll wrap that up head on the left wing. Jackets Brennan knocks it down at neutral ice. Now Miles McHugh plays it back into the middle. Taken here by Cloutier, and he gets it to McHugh on the left wing, who dumps it in. 2 minutes gone, first period. Yellow Jackets and Lawrence scoreless from Westman Arena in Superior. Tristan Terrien on the left wing heard some footsteps. That puck doesn't come out. It chipped into the high slot. Nickerson there to break it up and play it ahead at center. Terrien leaves for Nickerson over the line. A shot and a skate save is going to be made by Mahaffey. It comes back behind the net now. Lawrence regaining control. Jeb D sends that ahead on the right wing, and it's tipped up to the right wing boards. Into the Yellow Jacket zone they come with Cloutier. Drops that one off. Shot from the right circle. Save made by Grant. Rebound steered back behind the goal as Ethan Beaumont had that shot from the circle. Meanwhile, the other way, here come the Yellow Jackets on the right wing. Nickerson, he'll dump it down behind the Lawrence net. It's going to be picked up there by Jaden Jensen for the Vikings. He plays that one ahead. It's going to be broken up by the Yellow Jackets. Blake Setter with a shot in on goal. Mahaffey the save. Setter catches up to the puck on the right wing, wraps it around behind the net. Francois pursues that one on the left wing boards. He's knocked down. Setter in, bumps a man, and the Jackets turn it over now in the high slot. Gavin Watt with the shot, and that's going to be deflected by Jensen over the glass and into the netting. The Yellow Jackets did a really nice job with Liam Whitehouse getting it to Gavin Watt between the circles. And Watt held on to it a fraction of a second too long, and it got tipped up into the netting. So the faceoff now to the left of goaltender Mahaffey, controlled by the Yellow Jackets. Whitehouse with a shot broken up in traffic. Francois feeds it down low for Watt, who gave it to Setter, right circle, back out front for Setter again. That happened really quickly, and that one is broken up and cleared back to the neutral zone. On the left wing boards, it's taken by Pochard, and he dumps it into the Yellow Jackets zone. Jackets will play it up the left wing. Setter tips it to center. Setter looking for Watt at the Lawrence line. That doesn't connect, so Setter takes it back and steers it in toward the goal. Mahaffey's going to play it back behind the net now for Tallarico. Tallarico gives it for Pochard, and Pochard clears it out to the neutral zone. Gavin Rasmussen on the right wing. He'll slide that one down into the Lawrence zone, right corner. Austin Paul giving chase, stick being held, so he can't pursue the puck the way he wants to. Rasmussen loses control on it, and it's going to be played ahead to the neutral zone. Now, here's an interception in the neutral zone by Austin Paul. Bounces off a check. Right circle, Paul feeds that out front. Danziger tried to get the shot away between defenders, but it was broken up. Now it's taken by Danziger at the right point. He'll wrap it down low. Puck's going to come up to the line, but not out as it's held in there by the Yellow Jackets. Momentarily, that is. And now Sheffield back the other way for Lawrence, 1-on-3. He gets sandwiched between defenders. Grant's going to play the puck up the right side for Rasmussen. Now for Reed Stark. Stark across the line has a poke checked off his stick in the left circle. Tyler Ryder pokes it back down the boards. Now it's free to Dauphiné. Penalty coming up. It comes out to Brennan in the slot. That shot's going to get blocked. Delayed penalty call on Lawrence. Lucier's got it in the right circle now. Right corner Dauphiné, right point. Brennan over now. Stark for the one-timer in the right circle. He whiffs on it, and we finally get the whistle and the stoppage in play, and the Yellow Jackets are going to go to the power play for the first time in the game. Time on that penalty, 4:39. It's going to be a cross-check on Luke Robertson. Yellow Jacket power play coming into the game tonight, 8%. 78.8% is the penalty kill for Lawrence. Lucier on the right wing, passes it behind the net looking for Dauphiné, but it was blocked, so he plays it to the front of the net, right into the goal crease. And that's going to be covered up and held by Mahaffey. I hope I'm saying that right. And we'll get a face-off here in the Lawrence zone to Mahaffey's left. 13 seconds gone in the power play here as Dauphiné sends it to Blake Holmes up at the right point. Off a skate, Watt, high slot drive, and that's going to catch traffic in front. Jackets hold the zone. At the right point, Holmes, left circle. What a one-timer, and the save made by Mahaffey. Then a miscommunication at the line. And that clearing attempt comes out. Watt chases it down and moves it up the right wing. Dauphiné, he puts it in on goal, and that's going to be stopped by Mahaffey. He'll hold on, and we're going to have a face-off coming up here in the Lawrence zone. So a couple of really good opportunities for the Yellow Jackets here in the early going. Gavin Watt kind of in the center of all of it here between the one-timer and the setup of Blake Setter earlier. Jackets win the face-off at the right point. It's Holmes. They pressure him quickly. He carries down the boards to the right wing corner. Holmes up top, right point. Dauphiné, top of the left circle, one-timer from Watt, gloved and held by Mahaffey, and we're going to get a face-off here again in the Lawrence zone. Face off this time to his right as the Yellow Jackets have changed the power play unit. Loose puck in the left circle, just sneaks between the skates of Reed Stark, and he'll get poked all the way down the ice. Grant sets it up from behind the net. Bergstrom to Whitehouse on the right wing side. Loses the puck, gets it back, carries it over to the left wing and gives to Stark. Now back to Whitehouse, and he'll cycle it down low. Clearing attempt held in on the right wing by Rasmussen, who sends it deep. Clearing attempt on the left side this time by Schwartzhoff. That's not going to come out. Eisenstark behind the net. This time it does come out of the zone. Takes a great hop, and it's a one-on-one for Lawrence. A shot, and that's going to go either off the crossbar or off Kobe Grant and into the netting. Sneaking behind the defense was Hayden Johnson with a good opportunity there for the Vikings. Probably their best chance of the hockey game so far. We'll get a face-off in the Yellow Jacket zone. Down to 35 seconds left in this power play. Power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. 13:55 to go, first period. No score here from Westman Arena in Superior. John Garver with you. Happy to have you along on this Friday evening, the Friday after Thanksgiving. Tristan Terry into center. Drops it off on the left wing for Ishmael. Back to Terry and along the end board behind the Lawrence goal. Up top to Ryder. Tyler Ryder carries down left circle, gives it to Ishmael, who comes out of the corner, feeds up top. Terrian over to the right point. Danziger into the left circle. Ryder fires, and that catches traffic in front. Ricochets to the right corner. Danziger turns it over there, and Lawrence is going to send it all the way down. That was actually really fun to watch with the players moving. The puck movement was quick. Really good power play showing for the Jackets there. And now a shot by Nickerson is going to be stopped. Covered up by Mahaffey. He'll hold on. Yeah, that was really good puck movement there, and it opened up that shot from the left circle, which is exactly what the Jackets were looking for. The face-off coming up here to the left of Mahaffey. 13:14 to go here. Opening period. No score between the Yellow Jackets and Lawrence. Second game of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. Winner of this one will advance to play St. Scholastica tomorrow night. Dauphiné on the left wing. Into the Lawrence zone. Sent it to the front of the net. It was broken up. He got it back. It's going to come around to the right wing side. Brennan pinches down. Plays it behind the net. Roosevelt. Now back to the right wing side. Dauphiné. Justin Dauphiné for the Jackets. Leaves it for Pettersson. Pettersson tied up in the right wing corner. Dauphiné in to help out. He carries it behind the net. Dauphiné trying to get away from the check of Jeb D. D stays with him. Dauphiné works it to the right or left circle, Pettersson's got it there. Then he fans on the pass, and Lawrence is going to relieve the pressure and get it out into the neutral zone. Roosevelt regains control for the Yellow Jackets. He'll flip it in. Jackets will change personnel. Jaden Jensen now, the junior from Marengo, Illinois, behind his net for Lawrence. Jackets complete their line change as Miles McHugh circles back behind the net. He'll play that up the right wing. He didn't make contact with it, and that's going to be icing on the Vikings. Ethan Beaumont questioning the linesman there, but icing is the call, and the faceoff is going to come back down in the Lawrence zone. 12:01 to go, first period. Yellow Jackets and Lawrence scoreless. Jackets looking to close this one out in style here this weekend. Closing it out, meaning the month of November. Jackets win the draw. Watt with a shot that's going to miss just wide. That coming from the top of the left circle. Cloutier is going to clear to the line. Able to hold the zone momentarily was Whitehouse, but now control taken here by Lawrence. Eisenstark throws that one up on the left wing for Cloutier across the Yellow Jacket line. Whitehouse knocks him off the play. Francois got the puck here. For Whitehouse, now for Watt, that's not going to come out. Bouncing puck is going to dribble wide of the Yellow Jacket net. Francois plays it out on the end board. Gets caught up in traffic. Worked free here by Beaumont. Into the right circle, a shot, big save made by Grant. Rebound cleared right up the middle. Jackets can't get it out of the zone. Now a shot taken from the left side, hits a stick in front, bounces wide of the goal. Taken here now by the Yellow Jackets, Bergstrom, and he's going to flip that all the way down, and that's going to be icing on the Yellow Jackets. And the face-off coming back here in the Yellow Jackets zone. I'm kind of watching Liam Whitehouse just casually go back to the bench and sit down. Jackets might have gotten away with one there. Face off to Grant's left. Forced to make a couple pretty decent stops here in the early going. Loose puck behind the Yellow Jacket net. Comes around the left side. They can't clear. Sharp angle shot taken by Hollins is going to miss wide. It's held in. Played back behind the Yellow Jacket net now. Danziger for setter. He can't clear as it's held in at the line. A long shot. Going to be steered away by Grant. Jackets on their heels a little bit here now. Blake setter behind his net. Gives over now on the right wing side. Danziger's going to clear that to the neutral zone. Jackets finally will change personnel as Lawrence comes back in transition. Christian Tallarico to center. Tallarico across the red line. He'll dump it in. Comes down behind the net. Danziger up the middle for Reed Stark. 3-on-2 if the Jackets can hurry now. This is Austin Paul. Paul feeds it into the slot. Quick shot taken by Ryder. Save is made. They score! I think it's going to be Reed Stark who's going to get credit for it. As the initial shot looked like it got caught up in traffic. Next thing you know, the goal light's on. Number 7 is celebrating, and it's 1-0 Yellow Jackets. Time of that goal, 9:47. I'm going to wait for the announcement, but I'm guessing it's going to be Stark. Danziger will probably get one assist and maybe the other one to Tyler Ryder, but I'm going to have to wait for the announcement for sure. At any rate, the Yellow Jackets off and running here.
For your Yellow Jackets, his third goal of the season, number 7, Reed Stark. He's assisted on that goal by number 3, Tyler Ryder. And number 29, Austin Paul.
So Paul gets an assist on that goal. First point of the year for him. Back-to-back games for a goal, or a goal in back-to-back games for Stark is what I was trying to say. And the puck comes back the other way into the Yellow Jacket zone. They lead 1-0, 9.5 to go first period from Westman Arena. John Garver with you here on this Friday evening. Pictures only begun, and the Yellow Jackets have numbers the other way again. Nickerson takes a shot from the left circle. That's going to be deflected well wide. Blake Holmes on the right wing board, up top, left point. Whitehouse stick handles, and it's going to be poke-checked away from him and come back out into the neutral zone. It's taken here by Holmes. He'll cross the red and dump it in. Behind the Lawrence goal, miscommunication by the defense, but Eisenstark pressured there by Ishmael, able to get away, and he'll flip that over Whitehouse, and it's going to come all the way down. Bergstrom giving chase, and that'll be icing on Lawrence. So third goal of the season for Reed Stark. Career goal number 20 for old number 7. .901 to play here in the first period. Shots are 11-7 Yellow Jackets. They lead 1-0. 1-1 on the year when the Yellow Jackets score the first goal. Face-off controlled here by Lawrence. They're going to wrap that around the right side. Takes a wicked hop off the boards. Rolled back toward the front of their goal, but Jackets aren't able to get to that loose puck. Behind the net now is Eisenstark. He's going to come up the left side. Gets it to neutral ice where Whitehouse knocks it down, and he'll rip it back in. On the left wing now, this is Terrian sending it deep for Ishmael. He's got it left wing corner. Stapled to the boards by McHugh. Puck is loose, and it's going to be taken here by D. He'll leave it for Eisenstark, who comes out from behind his net up the left wing side. Jackets break it up, and Whitehouse dumps it back in. 8.5 minutes to go first period. Yellow Jackets with a 1-0 lead. Puck played ahead by Eisenstark to center now for Ethan Beaumont. He dishes it off on the left side. The shot by Cloutier goes over the top of the net. It's going to ride the boards and come back out into the neutral zone. Lawrence going to be forced to regroup here. Eisenstark takes it all the way back behind his net. Lucier watching him. Picking it up behind the goal now, Alex Hollins. Hollins for Lawrence. Cuts to the middle with it. Stick handles his way past Roosevelt, who is flat-footed in the neutral zone. Hollins now plays it around the left wing side. Up to the point. It gets past the defenseman. Roosevelt bounces off him, then falls down. Incidental contact there for anybody thinking it should have been interference. He got the puck in the offensive zone, Roosevelt did, but now Hollins back the other way for Lawrence up the right wing. Into the Yellow Jacket zone, feathers that one toward the net. Grant's going to cover, and he will hang on. Could have been a really good opportunity for Daniel Roosevelt as he collides with the defense. If he can get through that defenseman clean, all of a sudden you've got yourself a 2-on-1. Unfortunately, he was unable to get through that unscathed. Hollins now for Lawrence, throws it to the front of the Yellow Jacket net. Nice play in front there by Blake Holmes, and he'll start Setter back the other way. Setter went to dump that one and it just died coming off the boards. Then a big collision as Holmes runs into Hollins, and that's going to be a penalty on him. I don't think there's a whole lot that Blake Holmes could have done there. He was trying to go one way, Hollins was trying to go the other. They collide. It's going to be an interference call. And a power play coming for Lawrence. Face off back in the Yellow Jacket zone to the right of Kobe Grant. Yellow Jackets are going to go with Rasmussen, Roosevelt, Whitehouse, and Bergstrom on the ice. Veteran penalty killing unit. Face-off controlled by Lawrence now. Beaumont at the left point has it. He walks it to the middle. Slides it over to the right point. Stick handled there. Denis. Back over now left side. Tallarico up to Denis. The shot that catches traffic in front. It was in underneath Bergstrom. Puck's at the top of the goal crease. A sharp angle shot taken by Noonan. The save made by Grant. Now at the left point, pulling it off the boards. Tallarico walks it to the middle. Gives it for Denis. Back to Tallarico. Denis on the right wing. Curls in the corner. Denis now back up the boards. Carries it into the high slot. Gets it all the way to the blue line. Has it here in the left circle. Throws that in front. A redirection's going to miss. Puck's loose along the left wing boards. And Roosevelt with some nice strength and nifty hands able to pick that one up and flip it all the way down the ice. Minute left in the minor. Penalty to Blake Holmes. 6:15 to go here in this opening period. Yellow Jackets with a 1-0 lead on Reed Stark's third. Jackets have changed penalty killers. Francois and Pedersen up front. Ryder and Danziger on the blue line. Up the left wing they come. Alex Hollins. He drew the penalty for Lawrence. He carries to the left corner. Danziger pinches him into the boards. It comes all the way back up top. McHugh at the left point gets away from Pedersen. He'll dish it down low now, carried behind the net by Cloutier. Carter Cloutier sends that one up top. A shot save made by Grant. That one caught him up high. Francois gets to the loose puck and tries to clear, but it's held in. Hollins left circle, a shot. That one's blocked by Danziger. Hollins gets it back, a shot. Grant makes the save. That pops up in the air, lands in the right wing corner. Jackets up the board, try to clear that one out. It's not going to go. 10 seconds left in the power play as it comes up to Hollins at the right point. Hollins now. Dishes that down low. The shot by Cloutier misses high. Holmes is out of the box. Yellow Jackets have killed it off. Now 1-for-1 on the penalty kill. They came into the game at 88.5%. Lawrence has struggled somewhat with the power play. They were at 2.9%. They now have 1 goal and 36 man advantage opportunities. Fadiv up the right side. Gets knocked down as he tried to drive it to the net. Right wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Fadiv has the puck there. He'll slide it up to the right point. It comes back down the boards. Comes behind the Yellow Jacket net. Robertson comes out with it. Robertson for Lawrence. Gives it into the right circle. Now over to the left circle. A shot. Grant makes the save as he got over there and got the blocker on the one-timer. Now the Yellow Jackets get control. It's going to come all the way down. No icing on the play. Mahaffey out of his net. Plays that around. Comes back behind the goal here. Schwartzoff in the left wing corner, tied up. The Jackets, Terrian digs it free, but turned it over, and it's going to be flipped back the other direction. It's going to come all the way down. Icing waved off. Sam Brennan's got it here for the Yellow Jackets. Brennan cuts to the middle. His pass to nobody is going to be intercepted by Hollins, and he'll dump it back in the Yellow Jacket zone as we've passed the 16-minute mark of this opening period. 1-0, the Yellow Jackets on top. Stark, the goal scorer, slides it ahead. Austin Paul takes it to the net. Out front, the shot and the save is going to be made as he set up Ishmael beautifully. And a big save made there by Mahaffey, and it's going to be cleared back to center ice. Things pretty wide open right now as the Yellow Jackets, Holmes carries it up the right wing. He'll cross the North Lawrence line, slides it over. Hits Gavin Rasmussen in the skate. Hollins picks it up. He'll get the red line and dump it back in. Some really nice puck movement by the Jackets there as they try to give Ishmael his first of the year. Reed Stark tips it into the Lawrence zone and gives chase. Tallarico with the move to get away from Reed Stark. It's played ahead for Beaumont across the Yellow Jacket line. It gets poked off his stick. Now McHugh taking it to the boards right in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. Stays with the puck, McHugh does, and he'll flip it down low. Under 3 minutes to go, first period. Yellow Jackets leading 1-0. Rasmussen goes off the left wing boards. That one's going to get away from Reed Stark and come all the way down. Jackets will change. Lawrence quickly in transition. Cloutier with a shot, and he hit the post. Took that shot from the left circle, and it went to the long side. On Grant, had him beat, but hits the post and stays out. Now setter for the Yellow Jackets trying to clear. That one kicks up into the bench, and we're going to get a face-off here in Yellow Jacket territory. Honestly, for about the last 5 minutes, it's been all Lawrence here. They've had the puck in the offensive zone an awful lot. Pretty much, I guess, since they got the power play. They've been able to keep the foot on the gas here. Had the Jackets on their heels for a while. Face-off controlled by the Jackets here. Setter on the left wing tried to carry it out of the zone. Nowhere for him to go. That one did sneak out, so Lawrence is going to have to tag up. And the Jackets are going to get a chance to reset here a little bit. Whitehouse passes in front of his own net for Bergstrom, who carries to center. Then that pass is going to split the defense and come all the way down and be an icing call, as that one was between Setter and Francois. That'll come all the way down. It'll be an icing call. Face-off will be to the right of Grant with 2:08 to go in the first period. Whitehouse for the Yellow Jackets pushes it up the right wing for Watt. He chips that ahead for Setter. Setter now on the right wing boards in the Lawrence zone. Turns and whirls and fires that toward the net, but it's going to miss wide. Dauphiné holds it in on the left wing. Down low behind the net, Setter's got it. He gets away from the check of Jensen. Now leaves it for Brennan, who came down from the right point to help out. Puck comes up into the left circle. It's cleared to neutral ice. Brennan was to drive it back in. Jackets have two players trapped behind the play, so they have to tag up. Jaden Jensen behind his own net, being watched by Justin Dauphiné with 90 seconds to play in this opening period. McHugh circles behind the net. Jensen still holds onto it. Gives it on the left side for D, and he'll throw it out to neutral ice. Across the Yellow Jacket line they come. Beaumont giving chase, but Blake Holmes breaks that up rather easily. Now the Jackets jump onto the attack at center. This is Lucier off the stick of Dauphiné. Tipped it right to the Lawrence defender, and he'll move it back up ice for Beaumont. He gets knocked off his skates with a good check by Blake Holmes. And it's a 2-on-1 potentially, but a little too far out in front of Justin Dauphiné. So circling back, Lawrence has it. They go to clear. It's going to be held in. Unfortunately, Lucier played that with a stick above the shoulder. And it's going to come all the way back out into the neutral zone here with 53.3 seconds remaining in the first period. Shots 14-12 Lawrence, but the Jackets have the 1-0 lead. That's a little deceiving, I think. As they put a few more pucks on net during their power play this period than the Yellow Jackets did. Hollins behind the Yellow Jacket net, tried to center. Danziger intercepts. Slides it up on the right wing for Nickerson, who rushes the other way. Nickerson tried to feed it ahead for Terrian, but it was broken up. Now Danzinger's got it in the right wing corner. Uses that long reach to sweep it away from the defender. Didn't get enough on it to get it to the point, however. Puck pops up in the air in the neutral zone. Lawrence regaining control now. Hayden Johnson on the left wing. Cuts it to the middle, has it poked off his stick by Nickerson. That's going to be played back into Lawrence territory. Final seconds are going to tick off the clock here, and looks like Lawrence content to just eat that one and go to the locker room, trailing by just a goal. One period in the books here at Westman Arena. The Yellow Jackets with the 1-0 lead. We'll take a break and come back with our first intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back here at Westman Arena. It's our first intermission, and as always, the first intermission is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Yellow Jackets with a 1-0 lead after one period of play. In the second game of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. In case you missed it earlier today on Yellow Jacket TV, St. Scholastica defeating the University of Dubuque 5-3 to advance the championship game for the second consecutive year. They await the winner of this one for tomorrow's championship at 7 p.m. Dubuque will be playing in the Consolation Championship tomorrow at 3 p.m. But still plenty of hockey to be played here, depending on what's going to happen through the final two periods of this one. Jackets came out, had some pretty good jump in their step early. I think they leveled out a little bit as the period went on, and then when they had to kill that penalty in the little past the midpoint of the first period, they didn't really get their feet back underneath them, I think, for the most part. They had a couple of good chances in there offensively, but they were forced to do a lot of defending in that first period. And I look at the shots on goal. I mean, the Jackets, one power play opportunity, they had 5 shots, meaning they only generated 7 shots when they were not on the power play in that opening period. On the flip side, Lawrence had 4 shots on the power play, giving them 10 when they were not on the man advantage. So they spent a lot more time on the offense in the second half of that opening period. Jackets are going to have to figure that one out a little bit as they head to period number 2. Only goal of the period came at 9:47, third of the year from Reed Stark to make it 1-0. It was actually a really nice play coming into the zone. Austin Paul slid it over to a breaking Reed Stark, and the shot, it fooled me a little bit. I didn't even think it got to the net. as it looked like it hit a defender or it got caught up in traffic somehow and never did get all the way to the net. But out of nowhere, Reed Stark starts to celebrate. The referee points, then the goal light came on, and it's like, okay, this thing actually did make it into the net. So third of the year for Reed Stark. Tyler Ryder also got an assist, and that's where we stand after 20 minutes. Jackets leading 1-0. Shots on goal favoring Lawrence at 14-12. And I think by and large, the bulk of those shots came in the second half of the period. The Yellow Jackets really were carrying the play and had their power play opportunity, which was very, very good. They did everything on that power play but score a goal. But after that, Lawrence kind of took over a little bit, and they definitely carried the play. But all in all, 14 saves in that opening period for Kobe Grant. At the other end, 11 saves for goaltender Nolan Mahaffey. Penalties in the game so far, each team has taken one penalty for 2 minutes, and each team 0 for 1 on the power play. Yellow Jackets led in the shots department. Logan Nickerson had 2, Gavin Watt had 2, Justin Dauphiné had 2. On the other side, 3 shots on goal for Hayden Johnson. That leads the way for Lawrence. 1-0, the Yellow Jackets have the lead after 1. We'll take a break and come back with more of our first intermission programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back at Westman Arena. It's our first intermission here. First intermission sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. The Yellow Jackets with a 1-0 lead over Lawrence after 20 minutes of play, courtesy of Reed Stark's third goal of the season at 9:47 of that first period. Elsewhere around the WIAC tonight, only one other game going on. And, boy, let me tell you, St. Norbert putting it on UW-Eau Claire right now. 3-0 Green Knights after one period of play. And they're a 9-0 team heading into this weekend, looking to make it 10. It's been a long time. I think it's been 9 years since the Yellow Jackets have seen St. Norbert. I believe the last time they played was in Rich McKenna's first season as head coach. So you got to go all the way back to 2016, I believe, the last time that the Yellow Jackets saw St. Norbert. That was a 4-0 loss at the Cornerstone Community Center. You think back to the games, what a rivalry that was for a long, long time. You know, they came on the scene in the early to mid-1990s, and right around the time that the Yellow Jackets were starting to develop into a national powerhouse, and in a very short time, Tim Coughlin, who was the head coach then, is still the head coach today, going on 30 seasons over there. He built them into a powerhouse. They've won a lot of NCAA titles over there, and in the late 90s through the first decade of the 2000s, it was must-see TV anytime the Yellow Jackets and the Green Knights got together. Some absolutely incredible hockey games here at Westman Arena. Some incredible hockey games over at the Cornerstone Community Center in Ashwaubenon. It was a lot of fun to be a part of that rivalry. And just thinking of some of the names in my head from those great St. Norbert teams over the years. One of them currently the head coach of the Washington Capitals, Spencer Carberry. He was a Division I transfer who came in and scored a lot of points in a very short time for the Green Knights. Some of the other names, Scott Jewett, Rob Smiley, Adam Sedgwick. The goaltenders, Chancey Calhoun, Ryan Gill, Kyle Jones, one of the greatest goaltenders in the history of Division III. So it was a lot of fun when the Yellow Jackets and the Green Knights would get together. And back then we were in the same conference with them as well, and obviously not the case anymore. But a lot of fun when those two teams would get together and play some hockey. And miss playing the Green Knights a couple times every year, that is for sure. But anyway, they're putting it on UW Eau Claire right now. End of one period in Ashwaubenon, 3-0 is the score in that one. We mentioned earlier, this is the Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. Game 1 went to St. Scholastica. They'll be in the championship here at Westman Arena tomorrow. We're waiting the winner of this one. After this weekend, then, the Yellow Jackets will jump back into conference play for the remainder of the first half, as they'll be next Friday night. They'll be on the road at Hunt Arena in River Falls to take on the Falcons. First place, UW River Falls Falcons. 7:05 face-off, 6:30 pregame show in that one. Then on Saturday night, they'll be back here to take on UW Stout. 7:05 face-off, 6:30 pregame show for that one as well. Then the following week, they have a Thursday-Saturday weekend series. I want to make sure I have my start times and locations correct as they take on Northland 2 times. Thursday night, December 12th. Right here at Westman Arena, 7:05 face-off, 6:30. Pre-game against Northland. And then Saturday, December 14th, a 7 o'clock game at the Bay Area Civic Center. The second half of that home-and-home series. Northland still looking for its first victory on the season, but, I'll be honest, make no mistake. They're an improved team from what they were a year ago. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're playing some teams tight. They're playing games that are close. And, I wouldn't, you can't look past the Northland College Lumberjacks right now. They're playing some good hockey, even though they haven't gotten the victories. And, at some point this year, they're going to win. They're going to win a game or two. There's no doubt about that. You're not going to keep them out of the win column. I know last year they only won the one game, and that was in the season opener against this Lawrence club. But I don't think there's any way you're going to keep them from winning the game this year. I think there's more talent there than I think a lot of people would like to admit. That is for sure. First intermission here at Westman Arena. Yellow Jackets with a 1-0 lead over Lawrence. We'll take a break, come back with more of our first intermission sponsored by Hovland Incorporated right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. First intermission here sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We're back at Westman Arena. John Garver with you here. Yellow Jackets with a 1-0 lead after 20. Reed Stark's third of the season from Austin Paul and Tyler Ryder. The only goal that's on the board here so far. Second consecutive game with a goal for senior Reed Stark. Third consecutive game with a point for junior defenseman Tyler Ryder. Now has a goal and 2 assists, I believe. Including that beautiful shorthanded goal that he scored last Saturday at Stevens Point. First shorty of the year for the Yellow Jackets. Love a good shorthanded goal. I really wish that more teams would kind of go for it when they're shorthanded. I'd love to see more teams pressure a little bit more and not play so far back, or play such a soft style on the PK. Love to see teams put a little extra pressure on. It's one thing we saw Stevens Point doing last weekend. They pressured the Yellow Jackets a little bit more on the PK. You're going to give up some goals, obviously, on the PK, so it's that delicate balance. What do you want to do? Do you want to go short, when you're shorthanded, do you want to force the other team a little bit? And maybe get some more opportunities for yourself, knowing you could give up a couple, or would you just rather stonewall the opposition completely and not have to worry about giving them that extra goal, or that goal at the extra man, I should say. Both teams back on the ice here for the start of this second period. Yellow Jackets in the home yellow sweaters with the white and black trim. Superior emblazoned across the chest with the player's number underneath it. They will defend the goal to our right here in the middle frame. Jackets going right to left here in this second period. At the other end, Nolan Mahaffey will defend the goal for Lawrence to our left, and they're in black sweaters with white, blue, and gray trim. An LU on the chest. They will go left to right. Puck has been dropped, and we're underway here in the second period with the Yellow Jackets controlling the faceoff. Whitehouse carries it in. Long shot. Comes in from the right wing side, and the save is made by Mahaffey, and that one caught the face mask. So he needs to take a look and make sure that all the buckles and everything are still intact. Buckles are made of plastic. It doesn't take much to snap those. Looks like everything is okay for number 35. Face-off will be to his left just 8 seconds into this second period. Jackets control the face-off. Shot again from the right point by Whitehouse. That's going to be swallowed up by Mahaffey. He will hold on once again. Yellow Jackets on the year, we mentioned when they score first, they're 1-1. Leading after one period, also 1-1. Jackets win the faceoff. Whitehouse from the right point fires. Another save, Mahaffey. We'll try it again. Let's keep firing, Liam Whitehouse. One of them's going to go. "17 seconds elapsed here in the second period. 3 shots on goal for Liam Whitehouse. Lawrence swaps out centerman here. And they'll win the faceoff this time. Jeb D to clear, pinching down. It gets past Whitehouse. Francois holds. He sends it deep. Pedersen in the left wing corner. Comes out with it. High slot, Francois. Fires, he scores! Great pass from Colin Pedersen. Sniper from the high slot by Matt Francois. Jackets lead 2-0. Second of the year for Matt Francois. First point of the year for Colin Pedersen. Welcome back, number 16. An absolute laser from the high slot there by Matt Francois. His second. 2-0 Yellow Jackets here. Wonder if Liam Whitehouse will get an assist on that, possibly. Now Lucier for the Yellow Jackets. Over to the right wing boards. Dauphiné across the line.
For your Yellow Jackets, his second goal of the season, number 26, Matt Francois. He's assisted on that goal by number 16, Colin Pedersen, and number 13, Gavin Rasmussen.
So Rasmussen gets a helper as well. On that goal by Francois, his second 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Eisenstark has it behind the Lawrence goal. Watched by Dauphiné. He'll slide it over to the right wing side, and that's going to be sent up the boards by Schwartzoff, and that'll end up being an icing call. Schwartzoff numbers peeling off the back of his jersey. Wonder if anybody realizes that. He's wearing number 12, and part of the 2 is actually peeling off the sweater. Face-off will be to Mahaffey's right, controlled by Lawrence. Eisenstark had it, then lost it. It comes right up the right wing boards, and Fadiev is going to go to clear, not out. Jackets hold Ishmael, a shot from long range. Comes in on goal. Mahaffey will make the save there, and he'll hold on. 18:34 remaining here in the second period. Jackets up 2-0. Shot 6-0 Jackets to start the second period. They've won a lot of face-offs as well. Holmes at the left point. Sends it deep, looking for Nickerson, but that's going to be intercepted. Denis plays it off the right wing boards to neutral ice. Brennan for the Jackets sends it back up the boards. Wanted Nickerson, that doesn't go. Puck pops up in the air. Comes down just inside the Yellow Jacket blue line. From the left point, a long shot that's going to be tipped wide of the mark. Tallarico took that shot. Now Terrien on the left wing gets it out into the neutral zone. Bouncing puck, corralled by Terrien. Poked across the line, but it's going to come right back the other way. Tallarico's pass picked off by Brennan. He feeds it ahead. This is Ishmael, left circle. Drags it, fires, and the save is made by Mahaffey. Rebound was there. Now it's cleared away. Nice patient approach there by Chris Ishmael as he snapped that one off from the left circle. Puck's going to be sent back down in the Yellow Jacket zone. Picked up by Bergstrom below the goal line. He feeds it ahead. Blake Holmes flipped that to center ice. Right back the other way, Lawrence sends it in. Now Bergstrom again. Passes up the middle for Nickerson. He tips it to the Lawrence line. Vikings Pochard goes back the other way, and then that one's going to ricochet off of a player and go out of play. Robbie Pastolka was on the business end of that one. He's laboring a little bit in the center circle. 17:23 remaining. Second period, 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Puck hops over the stick of Bergstrom and comes all the way down. Now Pastolka behind the net. Centering pass out front, a quick shot blocked in front by Whitehouse. Hollins in the right wing corner for Lawrence. Knocked off the play by Francois. 3 minutes gone, second period. 2-0 Yellow Jackets as the puck comes to center. Now it's going to be flipped up into our area code here. Heads up, folks. Faceoff comes all the way back down in the Lawrence zone. Rasmussen in to take the draw. False start. So they'll do it again. This time the Jackets control it. Ryder from the left point floats that one down low. Bouncing puck left side of the net by Paul, thrown right through the goal mouth. Stark couldn't get a stick on that. Now circling back from behind the net. Starting it up ice is Jeb D. I have to find out. I wonder if he's any relation to former Yellow Jacket David D. A guy who was gone from here 6 years before I arrived and has turned into a really close friend. Out in Buffalo, New York, David D. is. Inside the Yellow Jacket blue line now. Ryder up the boards, wanted Austin Paul, but that's going to be broken up. Rasmussen follows the play, gets control of it. Gets it to Stark on the left wing. He sends it to the middle. Eisenstark now takes a hit from Rasmussen as he played that ahead. Grant out of the goal. Around the right side, Holmes tips it. Dauphiné loses the handle on it. Puck is in the high slot. Now with the lane. Cloutier from the left circle a shot. Grant's going to make the save. He'll hold on. Jackets got caught on the ice a little bit long. Got a little tired there as well. So now the face-off will come in the Yellow Jacket zone as they gave up a scoring chance there. Face-off controlled by the Jackets, but Pettersson can't clear. Second attempt now. He is going to get it out to neutral ice. Flips it past the defense and takes off the other way. Right wing corner, Lawrence zone. Directly behind our mic, I believe, as you can hear that everything being picked up there. Pettersson up top, right point. Brennan shot that hits Pettersson. Karem's out to the neutral zone here. Blake Holmes. Now for Brennan. Over to the right wing. Pettersson, right circle, takes the shot. He misses high and wide. Holmes at the left point, sends it deep. Roosevelt behind the net. Gets free. Roosevelt feeds Brennan. He snaps that one wide. Not a lot he could do with that. Smart play just to get it back down behind the Lawrence goals. The Jackets grind it out along the end boards. Dauphiné gets free of the checker. Dauphiné now left circle into the high slot. Leaves it for Brennan. He tees it up, and that one catches traffic in front. Dauphiné smartly uses the body, regains control of the puck at the right point, and he'll fire it down low. Comes around to the left wing corner. Blake Holmes there for the Yellow Jackets. He pins it against the boards as the Jackets start a line change here. Puck dug free by Beaumont. Nickerson strips it away from him. Nickerson now left wing corner. Behind the goal, Roosevelt finds Bergstrom right circle, takes the shot. It catches traffic in front and slowly rolls in on goal. Mahaffey will make the save and hold on. And we'll get a face-off coming up here in the Lawrence zone. So aside from that one little exchange where the Jackets appeared to be a little tired at the end of a shift, the ice has been tilted through the first 5+ minutes here. 14:33 remaining here, second period, 2-0 Yellow Jackets. One in the first by Reed Stark, his third. One in the second by Matt Francois. Now the puck in front of the net. Ishmael sends it down to the left corner for Terrien. He plays it back behind the net. Whitehouse pinches down. Able to hold the zone. He gets chipped past Terrien, however. And back the other way comes Lawrence, carrying it to center Robertson. Over to the left wing. Pochard, a long shot in from the left circle, steered away by Grant. Ishmael pounces on the loose puck. He goes really high off the glass. Way too much force on that. No touch whatsoever. And that's going to be an icing call. And yeah, he's having a little bit of a laugh about it down there. Hopefully saying to his line mates, you know, I didn't really give you much of a chance for anything on that play. Jaden Jensen for Lawrence. Slides that down to the left corner. Now behind the net to the end board. Ishmael ties up his man down low. That's Noonan. Noonan gets away with it, however. He'll give it back below the goal line. Denis has it there. He circles behind the net. Ishmael water skis him a little bit. Puck comes into the high slot, and Ishmael gets a stick on that. He'll clear it to the neutral zone. Now it's turned over by Lawrence, and Terrien pushes it into the offensive zone. Driving for the net, Nickerson gets taken down. Play will continue on as the puck spins in on goaltender Mahaffey. He clears it away. Noonan over to the left side. Sheffield. Puck comes into the slot. That one's going to miss wide as Denis just misses the left post. Thought it was going to be offside. Then linesman Jeff Pape waves that one off. Ishmael's got it here for the Yellow Jackets. He flips it to neutral. And the Jackets are going to be called for the offside. Gavin Watt got a piece of it, but clearly had crossed over the goal line. So that'll be a face-off coming all the way back down into the Yellow Jacket zone. 13:08 remaining in the second period. 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Shot off the face-off from the left point by Eisenstark. Gets through. Grant will trap that one against the right shoulder with the catching glove. We'll do it again to his right. Public address announcer Ryan Castaneda inspecting the puck. Apparently a chuck came out of it. That happens sometimes. Eisenstark left point takes the shot. Jackets block it now. And Ryder starts it ahead on the left wing for Setter. Setter across the Lawrence line. Carries down left corner. He's ridden off the play nicely by Schwartzoff. Back the other way comes Lawrence. Robbie Pastolka sends that one bouncing in toward the goal and dropping down and squeezing that one is Kobe Grant. So we'll do it again. Face off in the Yellow Jacket zone this time. Lawrence now up to 7 shots on net here in this second period. Jackets with a 20-19 edge for the game. More importantly, however, they're up 2-0. Face off to Grant's left. Won by Lawrence. They send it down low. Bounces past Beaumont in the corner. Now McHugh centers. The Yellow Jackets break that one up as Paul was in the slot to clear it away. Now comes up top. Shot from the left point. Blocked by Austin Paul. Shot comes in from the right side. That one hits traffic in front. Now behind the Yellow Jacket net. Holmes stripped to the puck. Lawrence comes out with it. Played into the right circle. Jackets break that up. Austin Paul broke the play up, and it comes back the other way. It's going to get past Reed Stark, however. Beaumont sends it the other direction, looking for McHugh. Jackets able to break that one up and regain control behind their net. Holmes sends that one around the right side. Brennan up the wing. Hops over the stick of Austin Paul. It's dumped back in, knocked down by Holmes, and he'll slide it over on the left wing. He's got Rasmussen there. Gavin Rasmussen over the line, a long shot. That's going to miss wide. Jackets could have got it. They got him. Too many men on the ice. Dusty Bergstrom wasn't paying enough attention to realize Brennan never did get off the ice. That's going to be a bench minor on the Yellow Jackets for too many men. Second power play coming for Lawrence. 8:14 the time of the penalty. Now, when you can see that coming a mile away as that puck came around the boards. And the Jackets were in the process of changing the player coming off. Sam Brennan knew what was coming, and he got there as fast as he could. Tried to jump over, but he was still on the ice when the Jackets played it, so they go shorthanded for the second time. Zach Lucier will serve the penalty at 8:14 of the second period. Jackets 1 for 1 on the PK so far. It's in the left corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Worked loose up to the left point. Tallarico gives to Beaumont left circle, a shot gloved and held by Grant. So we'll get a face-off in the Yellow Jacket zone. Francois and Pedersen come out, along with Holmes and Tyler Ryder. Jackets win the face-off. Ryder on the backhand fails to clear. Tallarico left point for Beaumont on the left half board. He stick handles here. Gives it down low. Back up top for Tallarico. Over to the right point. Denis with a shot. Big save made by Grant. Rebound is right there. Jaden Jensen gets a stick on it. Ends up coming behind the net. Jensen now up to Denis at the right point. Jackets got to get that puck out there. Denis carries all the way over left circle. Back up top for Beaumont. The one-timer hits traffic in front. That stung Blake Holmes a little bit. He's blocked a couple tonight. And that one's got him laboring a bit as he heads to the bench. Under a minute to go now, and the bench minor on the Yellow Jackets as Francois getting worked over by 4 Vikings down below the goal line. But he killed off about 15 seconds there, and he got the puck back. Unfortunately, it went right to Tallarico, who gets it swept off his stick by Francois, who is heading to the bench. What a shift on the PK from the Yellow Jacket senior Matt Francois. Across the Jacket line they come. Eisenstark on the left, sends it deep. Ishmael picks it up on the left wing board. He'll send it all the way down the ice. The halfie out of his goal sets it up. Yellow Jackets will change the defense pair as McHugh fires it ahead for Eisenstark on the left wing. That's going to miss wide. Hollins at the right point pressured. Yellow Jackets intercept, and that's going to get sent all the way down the ice. Final seconds are going to tick off this penalty here as the Yellow Jackets kill off the bench minor, but they turn the puck over now. A shot taken from the right circle by Hayden Johnson, steered away by Grant. Bouncing puck comes out of the zone. It's going to be dumped back in by McHugh. Lawrence will change personnel. Shots 24-20 now favoring Lawrence, so they've got 10 here in the second period, and a lot of them coming in the last couple of minutes. Still, I wouldn't classify too many as high danger opportunities or anything like that. Pedersen in the right wing corner. He gets upended. Puck goes underneath him. Roosevelt tried to dig it loose. Jackets close on the defender now. Pedersen's got it right wing side. He'll send it deep. It comes back to the left corner. Roosevelt there. Bounces off of a checker. Feeds Dauphiné in the left circle. Dauphiné passes it up left point. Holmes, right point. Brennan, shot gets through. Save is going to be made. And Mahaffey will hold on. And we'll get a face-off coming up here in the Lawrence zone. It's a good time to remind you that if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, then tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Enjoy the big sound, Matt Johnson and me throughout the year as we sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm available on Yellow Jacket TV, UWSYellowJackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be recording the latest episode of Eye of the Swarm next week. Whoever the guest is will remain a mystery. It's my way of saying we haven't set it up yet. If you're a Yellow Jacket fan looking for great team gear, visit the official Yellow Jacket Sideline store and browse all the current styles of Yellow Jacket apparel and accessories, including the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear. Find the Sideline store at UWSYellowJackets.com/shop. With Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, we all know that it is the giving season. So make sure you shop accordingly for all of your loved ones. Outfit them in some nice Yellow Jacket apparel. Face off in the Lawrence zone to the left of Mahaffey. 8:52 to go here in the second. Shots 10-9 Lawrence this period. Again, a lot of that coming in the last 5 minutes. Jeb D clears that around the right wing boards. Gets past Nickerson and comes to center. Dumped into the Yellow Jacket zone by Fadiev. Right wing corner. Holmes moves it behind the net for Brennan. Up the right wing, Nickerson. Gets bumped into the Lawrence bench and cleared it. Unfortunately, it went the distance and ends up being icing. Face-off coming back in the Yellow Jacket zone. 8.5 minutes to go. Second period, 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Winner of this one advancing to the championship game of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway, where they will take on St. Scholastica. 7:05 tomorrow here at Westman Arena. Shot taken from the point off the faceoff is going to miss wide of the mark. Terrian tries to chip that up the wall. It's held in. Jackets rotate it back behind their net. Brennan goes back over to the left side. Holmes couldn't get to that one in time. Beaumont throws that toward the net. It's sticked away by Grant. Yellow Jackets Nickerson. Not once, not twice, 3 times a clearing attempt, and that's not going to go. Now it does come to center. Nickerson across the line on the right wing, right circle. Works it to the front of the net, then gets knocked down. Ishmael had it, now he's tied up, and the 3-on-2 the other way here for Lawrence across the Yellow Jacket line. Cloutier on the right side takes a shot that misses wide. Cloutier goes all the way to the left wing boards to hold the zone, plays it deep for Beaumont. Beaumont tied up by Whitehouse, gets that one up top. Pochard wanted to carry that one deep. Yellow Jackets able to break that one up. And Ishmael will flip that one to center. Comes all the way down. And that's going to be an icing call. Really great start to this second period for the Yellow Jackets. Unfortunately for them, it hasn't continued. Things have kind of flattened out a little bit for them here. Honestly, things have kind of flattened out for the this game as a whole right now. Lawrence wins the draw. Pulling it to the middle here. Talarico dishes that one off to the right side. Shot by Pochard. Steered away. The save by Grant. Jackets turn it over behind the net. Hayden Johnson sends that one up top. Pochard right point. Floats that one down and hits traffic in front, ricochets to the left wing corner. Austin Paul wrapped up by Hayden Johnson, but he got it behind his net now, and Bergstrom will flip to neutral ice. It's going to hop over the stick of Tallarico and come all the way down. As we pass the 13-minute mark of the second period, Jackets leading 2-0. In the neutral zone, Stark curls back inside his own blue line now and picks up speed. Stark up the middle with it here. Flips it to the right wing corner and gives chase. He gets there first ahead of Tallarico. Takes up two skaters. Austin Paul picks up the loose puck. Paul in the right corner. Up top, Danziger walks, takes the shot, and that one's going to be deflected wide. On the right wing side, Pochard clears. Yellow Jackets dump it right back in. Tallarico behind his own net. Leaves it for Hayden Johnson. Johnson drops it back for Tallarico. Cleared to neutral ice, broken up by Tyler Ryder. Vikings follow the play up and dump it in. Now Danziger from behind his net, stick handles away from trouble. Matt Danziger across the red line. Into the Lawrence zone on the left wing. Down to the corner. Gets tied up on the play. Puck comes free behind the net. Schwartzhoff's got it there. He clears. Francois breaks it up and sends it back in. Jackets have to tag up. Schwartzhoff sends that one up the left wing boards. It comes to neutral ice. Danziger dumps it back in. Again, the Yellow Jackets need to tag up. Lawrence will set up behind their own net. Schwartzhoff's got it there. Being watched by Setter. It's played over to the right side. Up the boards and all the way down. Icing waved off. Brennan gets there. Throws it behind his net. Holmes ahead for Setter on the left wing, and then he plays it ahead. That's going to come all the way down and be icing on the Yellow Jackets. 5:11 to go, second period. 2-0 Yellow Jackets leading. But for about the last 5 or 6 minutes, again, since the penalty. So if the Jackets took that penalty, they did a good job killing it off, but Lawrence has used that power play to build a little momentum here. They do the Jackets a favor and clear it to neutral ice, but they win the race to the puck and dump it right back in. Grant out of the net. Goes to play it, actually gets intercepted, but then he sprawls out, gets a stick on it, and Holmes will move it ahead. Holmes now for Brennan across the line. His pass out of the reach of Gavin Watt, bouncing puck in between the circles. Setter gets a stick on it. Lawrence will clear. Check from behind in the neutral zone on Setter, and that's going to be a penalty here on Lawrence. Jackets have it in the offensive zone with Lucier. He throws it to the front of the net. And there's the whistle. And now the question, how many minutes is it going to be? Only 2, as one referee is calling interference. More of a check from behind or a cross check to me, but at any rate, Jaden Jensen's going to head to the box. 15:26 the time. Second power play for the Yellow Jackets. They're 0 for 1. This power play is sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Dauphiné, Lucier, Roosevelt, Holmes, and Brennan on the ice here for the Jackets. As Lawrence wins the draw and sends it all the way down. Dauphiné on the left wing, speeds across the line. Throws it to the front of the net for Lucier, and that just got redirected wide. Now in the right wing corner, it's played up the boards. That'll come all the way down. Jackets are going to be forced to regroup. Really good opportunity for Zach Lucier going to the net. Now Holmes up the left wing again for Dauphiné. Pulls up, feeds Holmes left point. He walks it down the slot, takes the shot, it hits traffic in front. Brennan's got it on the right wing. Sam Brennan now, right wing corner, Lawrence zone. Gives it up to the right point for Holmes. He'll carry down the wall. Holmes opens up, passes behind the net for Roosevelt. Daniel Roosevelt behind the Lawrence goal, stick handling. Passes up top, right point Brennan. Left point, Dauphiné. Brennan again. Dauphiné left circle. High slot. Holmes a one-timer, and that one blocked in front. Eisenstark got a piece of that, and it comes out to neutral ice. Brennan up the left wing for Dauphiné. Tried to chip it past the defender for Roosevelt, who was coming down the boards. That's broken up and cleared. That did not go as they were hoping it would. Tyler Ryder picks up speed and gives it to Stark on the left wing. Tried to stick handle around the defense. It was broken up. Ryder following the play. Maintains possession for the Jackets here. 25 seconds left in the power play. And Lawrence will send that all the way down the ice. Grant comes out and leaves it here for Danziger. Danziger now over to the left wing for Tyler Ryder. That pass broken up. Puck played back into the Yellow Jackets zone. Grant comes out, bounces it off of a defender. Paul flips that in the air in the vicinity of Reed Stark, but that's not going to go anywhere. That penalty expires, and that power play, aside from the first couple of seconds, not a whole lot to show for the Jackets. Spent a lot of time chasing the puck. Danziger's got it. Ahead on the left wing for Stark now. Stark flips it ahead. Austin Paul giving chase. He's tied up. Rasmussen in there to help out. It goes to the right corner. Stark bumps his man into the boards. McHugh gets loose. Feeds that one over, now intercepted. And dumped back in by Austin Paul. Jackets will change the forward line here with under 2 minutes to play. In the second period, Jackets with a 2-0 lead. Puck is passed ahead on the right wing. They're going to say Beaumont got a stick on that. Icing waved off. Jackets pick it up and come back on the attack as Nickerson feeds Ishmael. Over to Terry and across the line. Takes the shot from the left circle. Mahaffey with the glove save, and he'll hold on to it. And we'll have a face-off coming up here in the Lawrence zone. Minute 34 remaining in this second period, coming up during our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have the latest edition of Where Are They Now? My conversation with former Yellow Jacket Ralph Worthing. Right wing corner, Nickerson for the Jackets. Plays it down low. It's deflected to the right side of the net, and Mahaffey will cover. So we'll do it again. This time to Mahaffey's left. Lawrence controlling the face-off. They've won more draws now, too. But they've completely flipped things here after the Yellow Jackets took that penalty for too many men on the ice. In the neutral zone, Nickerson on his backhand. Tried to play it up the left wing boards. That doesn't go anywhere. Lawrence comes away with it. Pastolka is going to flip it into the Yellow Jacket zone. Blake Holmes knocks a man down in pursuit of the puck. Hollins comes out with it for Lawrence here, and we have less than a minute to play in the second period. Centering pass comes to the right circle. A quick shot in on goal. A save made as Pastolka got it through. Stopped by Grant, and then he'll squeeze that in the glove, and we'll get a face-off in the Yellow Jacket zone with 49.6 seconds remaining in the second period. Jackets control the face-off. Setter on the left wing chips it ahead. Watt giving chase. Takes himself out in the left wing corner, trying to knock Eisenstark off the play, and Lawrence back the other direction across the Yellow Jacket line. Stick handling was Mulsigov. Ahmed Mulsigov tried to stick handle his way through defenseman Liam Whitehouse. Lost the puck. Grant covers. Face-off coming here with 32.7 seconds to play in the period. Jackets win the face-off. Bergstrom ahead at center. Setter moves it to the middle. Watt couldn't handle the pass. Now at the red line, Liam Whitehouse works it onto the Lawrence side of center ice, and it gets down into their zone with 15 seconds to play. Puck's dumped into the Yellow Jacket zone. Bergstrom flips that one ahead. Hits the linesman, comes across the line. Jackets have to tag up, and they smartly just let that one go. And the buzzer's going to sound, bringing that period to a conclusion. Started off really well for the Yellow Jackets. Unfortunately, they weren't able to sustain it. And something we've seen too many times this year. The reason something gets derailed momentum-wise is because of a penalty. Only one goal that period. It came in the first 30 seconds. Matt Francois, his second. And the Yellow Jackets are in front after 40 minutes, leading Lawrence 2-0. We're going to take a timeout, and we will come back with our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have the latest edition of Where Are They Now, a conversation with former Yellow Jacket Ralph Worthing. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC.
We're back for our first intermission, and our first intermission, as always, is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, and it's time for our latest installment of Where Are They Now? A look back at our Yellow Jacket hockey players of the past, and I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Ralph Worthing, who was a member of this program back in the glory years of the 1970s. So, Dr. Worthing, thank you very much for being with us, and I start these all off the same way. If you would, just tell us, where is Ralph Worthing now?
Well, first you just call me Ralph. You don't have to call me doctor. So, I'm back in the hockey days now. That's where I'm thinking. That's where my mind is, and I'm living in Saginaw, Michigan, right now. I give you the quick tour. After I graduated from Superior, I was there for 6 years, and so I got my bachelor's degree and then my master's degree in school psychology. So I worked in Iowa for a while, in central Iowa for 6 years as a school psychologist. Then I moved to the suburbs of Chicago for another 4 years. And then I ended up in central Michigan here, Lower Peninsula, Michigan, Saginaw. And I've been here since 1988. Okay. So I've lived longer here than I did up in Duluth, but Duluth and Superior is still home for me. But so that's where I am.
So, school psychology, is that something you were always interested in? Is that the field you studied? Is that
yeah?
How did you come about that?
You know, for some reason, I don't know. I was one of the. I knew, like when I was a senior in high school. I don't know if I heard it from a guidance counselor, experience, or whatever. But I decided I wanted to go into psychology, and so I selected psychology as my major from the get-go. And now I'm a teacher. I teach psychology and in a community college, and there's a lot of students who are more undecided than that and are jumping around. But I tell you, I was pretty well focused. I majored in psychology and then got my bachelor's degree and then just stayed there for 2 more years and got my degree in school psychology. I knew I was going in psychology in different directions, or one way or another. And so and then I worked as a school psychologist in Iowa. And then I went back to school and got my PhD in child development at Iowa State University. But I've always been, I went into special education too, school psychology, and I was an administrator in special education for a while. But everything I've done is revolved around psychology. And now I've been teaching child psychology since 1988 here at Delta College. I taught even before that, but I've been at it for a long time.
What made you go the teaching route? I mean, because obviously if you're in child development, so you're in practice at that point. So what makes you switch from being in the practice mode into the teaching mode?
Yeah. Just as I was focused on what I wanted to do, I knew from that moment that I was going to go all the way and get a PhD. And the reason for that, what I found out is I was good at school. I was good at playing this academic game. I enjoyed it. It fit me like hand in glove. So when I was going to, Superior, my priority was playing hockey, but I was also very interested all along in academics. So I'm actually still just being a student. As a teacher, I just enjoyed the academics and learning, and I just kept doing it. And you transition from being a student where you pay to being a teacher where you get paid for being a student. Is that essentially what it was? And that just has fit me very well. And really in the community college level where it's strictly teaching, not heavy duty research or anything in addition to that. I just enjoy interacting with the students. So even, I was working as a school psychologist. I enjoyed that. I was in administration and special ed administration for a while, but I always knew I wanted to get back and just strictly teaching. And that's why I've been, I've been doing it so long, and it's a good gig to have. And that's why I'm working kind of past my retirement years here. I'm working well into my retirement years here and still enjoying it. So it was a good choice for me.
You find I get asked at times too, John, you put in a lot of hours, and the athletics world is a grind. You don't really get downtime during the year. It is just fall sports are done, you're into winter. Winter's done, you're into spring. Spring is done, now you're into resetting for the next season. It keeps you young, though. Being around these young people every single day, even on your most tired day, you can't help but be energized being around these young people. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the easiest part of my job. I'm sure your job, you've got some administrative things to do, or, meetings you don't want, that aren't fun and all of that. I've got that component. Everybody does in the job. But the best part is just the teaching and interacting with students. Like you're saying, interacting with the young people, that's never bad. I mean, that's always a good thing and keeps you energized. So, we have, I guess, similarities in that regard, too, about, our jobs.
Talk to me a little bit now. You said you were in hockey mode. Let's talk hockey. And let's Superior and being part of a program that won the school's first ever national championship back in 1976. Talk to me about that group of guys you played with, because there were some really special players in that group.
Oh, there was. And it's just interesting you mentioned that. We were on the verge. Well, we were like the first winning season for a long time. Before that, it was struggling. They were in that old curling club.
Yep.
And there were some good players there. But it was in a building, years there, and then ours was the first year where we started winning. We won our first season, and it finished it off nicely with the national championship in '76. But right before us was a character called Gary Uberlacher. I think that's his right name. I don't know if you recognize him.
I do recognize the name, yes.
But about in 1972, he had graduated the year before, and Wally Ackervick invited him into the locker room just to talk, a little motivator. We used to have Mertz Mordarelli come in sometimes and talk to us, as well as in motivation. And what I always remember what Gary said. This has been 52 years ago. That he says, you might not remember your records, the seasons, the championship. Well, you would remember championships, but he says you're going to remember that knucklehead next to you for the rest of your life, and that's true. I mean, when I start talking about guys, I saw him at my high school reunion here a couple of years ago. Gary Fritsch. I don't know if you've talked with him yet or not, but I played hockey with him from bantams all the way through in high school and into Superior. So I mean, we go way back.
Right.
And but I tell you what, I remember those guys. Just one after another. Some, unfortunately, some are no longer with us. But Mark Wellman and the Leons, Greg and his brother Jeff, of course Andy, and and all the Van Dams. Great guys, and quite the characters. We are all friends first. I think that was the first thing. I've never served in the armed services, but it was sort of like that feeling. I think you're in the trenches with somebody,
right?
And you form these lifelong bonds with them. I'm leaving out, we all had nicknames though. So I'm trying to remember their real names. Jacques, Mike Heinzen, was good buddies with him. He was like the MVP in our championship game as the goalkeeper. So
right.
John Hansen, John Wojciechowski, he worked at, I don't know where
he worked here forever.
He did. He worked there. So I could go through and Jerry Laberty, Bear, we called him, and Don Wilson, and I go on, and each one of these guys was a character. It was just so much fun. It was just a lot of fun.
I think too. I think back at when I played, you don't really remember practice. You don't remember a lot of the games and everything. But you're exactly right. It's the guys in the room next to you. It's the stories. I remember when all you guys came back in 2006.
Yeah,
and sitting in that room at the arena after the game and just listening to the stories and how much fun all of you guys were having. And I think back to the guys I played with 30 years ago now. It's the same thing whenever we get together. It's just the stories get a little, the legend grows a little bit each time you tell it. And, it gets to be a little bit more fun and everything is a little more extreme every time you talk about it. But that truly is the best part of it, is the relationship and the stories that you take with you.
Jeff Bottom comes to mind when you talk about storyteller and talker. So, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good. How did you end up here?
Well, that's another good question. I still remember it. When I was a senior in high school playing at Duluth Central, I was up there. I got all district, and I was a good player. I was doing, but I wasn't like top notch where I could walk on to like UMD or something like that. I kind of wanted to, the big show,
right?
And not quite. Couldn't make that. And then, but I actually talked to the Air Force Academy to go play out there, and I could have actually. Fritsch and I were at the same meeting where they were recruiting us. We could have gone out and played there, maybe a couple other places. But then, and so I didn't know exactly what I was going to do into the summer after I graduated, the summer of '72. And then I got a phone call from Wally Ackerbick, and he says, "Hey, I guess he'd heard that I didn't sign up with the Air Force Academy because he had heard he was somewhat interested, and he said, well, I thought you were going to the Air Force Academy. You're not." I said, no. I said, well, come on, I want to talk to you. And so it was like the summer of '72, and I was just showed up in Westman Arena, and I met with Wally, and as you could say, the rest is history. I mean, it turned out to be a really good match for me, a really good thing, because what it allowed me to do was he was in the process of recruiting, and I told you I came in with Mark Wellman and Jeff Leon on my line, and we really hit the ground running in my freshman year. And other than an injury or two, I never missed a shift in 4 years. I just played the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and which was a good thing for me. If I'd have gone maybe somewhere else, sit on the bench or something, but I just played and played, and had a great time. And of course, I lived in Duluth, Minnesota, so the first year I just kind of commuted, and then I came over, and there was a dentist, what was his name, Howard John, and he in his dental office, he had like an apartment for guys to live and athletes, and he'd let us stay there for free. I don't know if you remember the Yucatels, but Ron Pulak were living there. Someone moved out, and so I moved in. I guess that was like the end of my freshman year, just stayed there. But it was just a good match for me. Things just kind of fell into place, and I was very happy with my choice to go and play there. It just turned out really well.
That's Dr. Ralph Worthing, who played here from 1972 to 1976. Very enjoyable conversation I had with him. And it was interesting because we do these over Zoom now. We just actually record them at the radio station. Do these over Zoom. A little more convenient. You can record it anywhere, and it's more convenient also for the people that we're talking to. And so he comes on camera, and I look at him and go, "How old are you?" And he tells me, and this guy's 70 years old. He looks better than people who are 20, 25 years younger than he is. Still going strong, still teaching, looks absolutely fantastic. He says he works out every morning, and, life pretty good for him and everything. So it was a lot of fun talking to Ralph Worthing. Insisted that I no longer call him Dr. Worthing. But, great talking to him, and always fun to talk to guys who played back in the 1970s and get to learn a little bit more about their time here and how they came here and where they went, because a lot of them retired at this point. But always fun to talk to those guys who have been around here for a while. Guys who are here now, their current Yellow Jackets leading 2-0 after 2. Shots on goal in the second period. Lawrence had 12 for a two-period total of 26. Yellow Jackets had 11 for a two-period total of 23. At one point early in that second period, the Yellow Jackets had an edge and shot 7-0. So it tells you how the thing kind of flipped. They got that early goal, 28 seconds in, Matt Francois, his second from Colin Pedersen and Gavin Rasmussen. That made it 2-0. Jackets had a lot of momentum for about the next 3 or 4 minutes, then they took that penalty. And since then, it's kind of been a little bit one-sided as Lawrence has had the territorial advantage. And the other thing I look at is when I see the shot chart here from the second period, Yellow Jackets didn't have a single shot, not one, from the hash marks down. Everything is on the perimeter. Everything is from the tops of the circles out. Even the goal was scored from the tops of the circles. So they don't have anything from the house, anything that would be considered grade A, anything that is point blank. Everything is from the tops of the circles out. Definitely does not agree with what the coaches want. They want more pucks getting to the net. They want more bodies getting to the net. They need traffic in front of these goaltenders. And that is something they just did not do in period number 2. Both teams back on the ice here for the start of the third period. Yellow Jackets will be going from left to right. 26 saves so far for Kobe Grant. At the other end, Nolan Mahaffey has made 21 saves. He'll defend the goal to our right. St. Scholastica awaiting the winner of this one to play for the championship in the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. 20 minutes, hopefully just 20 minutes away from the second meeting of the year between the Yellow Jackets and the Saints, but still a lot to go here in this one. Puck played up the left wing boards, comes all the way down. That'll be icing on Lawrence. So they win the opening face-off of the period, then promptly send it the distance. That'll bring the face-off back down to our right. Rasmussen in to take the draw for the Yellow Jackets against Cloutier. It's controlled here by Lawrence. They'll win the wrestling match for that loose puck. Coming out with it is D. And then we get a whistle. Got a penalty coming? Yes, we do. I think it's going to be on the Yellow Jackets. Gavin Rasmussen. Oh, they're taking one each way, okay. Time of those penalties, 15 seconds. Gavin Rasmussen for the Yellow Jackets. And Carter Cloutier for Lawrence. So the two centermen apparently got tied up and stayed that way. And referee Taylor Bachorik didn't like that. Emphatically sent both players to the penalty box. So we'll play 4-on-4 here for the next little bit. Face-off just outside the Lawrence blue line. Jackets win the draw. Backing up with it here is Whitehouse. Gives over to the left side. Francois, rink wide on the right for Whitehouse. He crosses the Lawrence line, pulls up at the hash marks. Whitehouse feeds Bergstrom. Gives it down low to Francois. Back up top. Whitehouse right point. Nowhere to go. Whitehouse on the half boards. Centering that one. Bouncing puck for Pedersen, right circle. And it's going to come back the other way now. Puck comes to the front of the net. Taken away, and the Jackets send it back the other way. Coincidental penalties for high sticking, by the way, on Cloutier of Lawrence and Rasmussen of the Yellow Jackets. Puck in the Lawrence zone. Loose behind the net. Coming out with it, Tallarico. He moves it ahead for Hollins on the right wing. Hollins cuts all the way over to the left and has to circle it back. He does so and picks up speed into the Yellow Jacket zone. From the right circle, a backhand comes in right on. The save is made by Grant. He'll hold on to it. Face-off coming in the Yellow Jacket zone. 42 seconds left in the minor penalties to Rasmussen and Cloutier. 18:26 remaining here, third period. Yellow Jackets leading 2-0. Tyler Ryder sends that one up the right wing. Dauphiné now crosses the line into the Lawrence zone, takes a shot in the right circle. It gets blocked. Lawrence will corral the loose puck and come back the other way. Noonan on the right wing. Dumps it in. Danziger picks it up behind his net now. Floats that one ahead. Ishmael gets knocked off the play by Jaden Jensen. Jackets dump it in. Vikings clear it right back out. Ishmael takes it behind his net. Banks it off the end boards for Stark. Penalized players are back on, so we're 5-on-5 now. And Nickerson's got it on the right wing. Nickerson across the line. Throws that one well wide of the goal. Not sure what the intended target was there. Left wing corner now. Nickerson again. Gives down low looking for Ishmael. Puck's loose, left corner. Lawrence zone. Nickerson up top. Holmes couldn't handle that at the left point. Puck comes out to neutral ice. Brennan had it, then lost it. Now Holmes again, high off the glass to neutral. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Comes across the line, and Lawrence will be called for an offside. 17:05 remaining here, third period. It's a 2-0 Yellow Jacket lead. Puck's going to be dumped into the Yellow Jacket zone. Takes a hop off the end boards and slides to the right side of the net. Grant will cover. And we'll do it again. Francois will take the face-off against McHugh. To the left of Kobe Grant. McHugh wins this one clean. Schwartzoff at the right point, plays that down the boards, but the Yellow Jackets' Gavin Watt breaks up the centering play. Puck flipped, gloved out of the air at the Lawrence line. They get it to the Yellow Jacket line. Now Bergstrom up the right side for Watt. He went to dump it in. Setter knocks his man down. Watt picks up the puck. Gets tripped by the linesman. Gets back up, still has it. Setter in to help out as they tie up on the right wing boards in the Lawrence zone. Francois digs the puck out, gets it to Setter. Setter at the right point. Backhands that down the boards. McHugh takes a hit from 2 Yellow Jackets. Lawrence, meanwhile, back the other way. Beaumont on the left wing crosses the line. Takes a shot from the left circle that misses high. Puck comes back down behind the net. Beaumont centers it. Shot taken right circle, and a big save made there as Cloutier let one go. And a good save through traffic by Grant. Yellow Jackets clear, and that's going to be icing. Face-off will be to Grant's right. 15:57 to play. Third period, 2-0 Yellow Jackets penalty. It's going to be Gavin Watt going to the box. Got a little too much of the Lawrence player on the face-off play. Look, I had that totally backwards. It's actually going to be on Lawrence. My mistake. Apologies to Gavin Watt for inadvertently saying he interfered. Clearly he was interfered with. I was watching the puck, so I didn't quite see it. I just saw their guy going down. So 4:06 the time of the penalty. Interference, the call on Hayden Johnson. Third power play for the Yellow Jackets. They're 0 for 2. Roosevelt battling for in the right wing corner. Jaden Jensen takes it from him. And then that clearing attempt will go up into the netting. And so we'll have a face-off coming here in the Lawrence zone. Power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Already the 9th face-off of the third period. Tells you how little flow there has been to this thing so far. Very choppy. A lot of stopping and starting. Vikings win the draw and send it all the way down. Something that's plagued the Jackets all year long, being able to start on the offensive when they have the power play. Tyler Ryder leading the rush. He'll carry behind the net. Now he'll circle the goal. Leaves it for Roosevelt on the left side. Now he'll chip it off the boards back up top. Ryder, right circle, Watt. Held onto it too long, got his shot blocked. Ryder gets it back, feeds it down low. Centering pass out front for Dauphiné doesn't go. Ryder at the left point. Gives for Roosevelt. Now Dauphiné in the slot, a shot and a save made by Mahaffey. And the rebound cleared away from trouble. Left point Dauphiné. Right point Watt. Minute to go in the power play here. Tyler Ryder. Lucier back up top for Ryder. Good puck movement here. Nothing to the net so far. Pass out front for Roosevelt. He had Dauphiné coming right down the slot, and it went between the skates and comes all the way down. Ryder will circle back. Leaves it behind his net. Brennan comes out with it. Passes to the right wing. Rasmussen drops for Brennan. He overskates. Blake Holmes will pick it up. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage for the Yellow Jackets. They lead 2-0. 14:20 to play here, third period. Stark with speed up the left wing. Hits the brakes at the hash marks. Falls down. Gets it up to the left point. Brennan, right point. Holmes, left circle. Stark. Shoot the puck there, young man. Stark again. Left circle. Fires. It's blocked. Loose puck left wing corner. Austin Paul pokes it up the board. Stark's got it. Reed Stark up top, left point Brennan, in the middle, Holmes walks it, changes places with Brennan, takes the shot, it's blocked. Paul with a shot, he misses high, and that's going to go over the glass and out of play. I think they're going to say a defender got a piece of that one. But Austin Paul with a good opportunity in between the circles, and that one goes over. Lawrence doing a good job blocking shots. 10 blocks for them so far. Actually, probably more than that now at this point. I think it's 12 blocks. Jackets have been on the other side of that way too much this year. They've had a lot of shots blocked this season. Puck cleared to center now, and it comes down into the Yellow Jacket zone. Circling back for it, Bergstrom. Wanted Nickerson, his path taken away. Whitehouse gets it and tries to clear it, doesn't leave the zone. Now into the slot they come. A shot save is made. Kicked away with the right pad by Grant. Terrian's got it now, and he'll throw that rink wide onto the right wing for Nickerson. Ahead for Ishmael across the line. Ishmael right circle. Drops it for Nickerson. Down to the right corner, Terrian. Up top. Whitehouse. Over to Bergstrom. Shot pad save made by Mahaffey. Rebound was there. Then Nickerson gets run over, and guy falls on top of him. Puck stays in the zone. It's in the right wing corner. Taken behind the net by Wigfield for Lawrence. He goes to clear it. Gets past Bergstrom. That's going to come all the way down. Whitehouse has it quickly up the right wing. He's got Terrian. He'll backhand it in and then head off for a change. Now Lawrence starts up ice. Jeb D. His pass broken up. Jackets come back the other way with it here, but they got to peel back as Watt got taken down and is still in the Lawrence zone. Finally, they are able to play deep and go after the puck. Comes around to the right wing side. Danziger pins it to the wall along the hash marks. Passes it back behind the net. Comes around. Held on the left side by Ryder. For Watt left circle. Watt walks it to the front of the net. Gets it to the goal crease. It's still laying there, but the Jackets can't pull the trigger. Danziger with a shot, and the save is going to be made there by Mahaffey. It'll get cleared back down into the Yellow Jacket zone. Danziger gets there first. Plays that one ahead. And on the right wing, Watt gets it. He bounces that one in on goal. Mahaffey's going to make the stop. And then he'll cover it up. Gavin Watt with some nifty hands in tight. Had it at the top of the goal crease and then worked it into the blue paint. Had the goalie out of position, just couldn't pull the trigger. And Danziger with a point-blank shot that was kicked away. Eisenstark for Lawrence plays that one off the glass and all the way down. And it'll be icing. Yeah, it'll have a face-off once again here in the Lawrence zone. 11:48 remaining, third period. 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Game 2 of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. Winner advances to tomorrow's championship against St. Scholastica. Loser of this one will take on Dubuque in the consolation game. Behind the net, Dauphiné for the Jackets. Looking for Roosevelt, who's got it now. It's poked off his stick. Then he's pinned to the boards by Noonan. Dauphiné gets loose. Now he's pinned to the end boards again. Dauphiné gets loose again. Dauphiné in the left circle. Up top, Holmes. Quick shot's going to be deflected wide. Vikings take control of it here. Go rink wide on the left. Schwartzoff dumps it into the Yellow Jacket zone. And that's going to be an icing call. Kind of thought he got the center line, but it's awfully close. They rule he did not. Icing is the call. Face off to the right of Mahaffey, controlled here by Lawrence. It's tied up along the wall left corner. Now it comes up toward the blue line. Knocked down by Bergstrom. Dauphiné gets it. He'll whirl around and play it deep. Puck comes behind the goal to the right wing corner. Eisenstark coming away with it here, and he'll go off the left wing boards out into the neutral zone. Bergstrom starts the Jackets back. Roosevelt across the red line. Backhands that one to the corner. Knocks his man down and comes out with the puck, Roosevelt does. In to help out Rasmussen. Loose puck behind the net, Rasmussen looking for Roosevelt. He's tied up. Rasmussen on the left corner's got it. Rasmussen comes out with it, carries it into the slot. Has his pocket picked at the last moment, however, and the puck is cleared. Jackets quickly turning it back the other way as Austin Paul on the backhand dumps it in. Mahaffey out of the goal. That one popped up in the air, came right over the net out front with the goaltender out. Jackets couldn't get a stick on it. Lawrence back the other way. Now Danziger with the steal. Plays that one for Rasmussen. Gavin Rasmussen across the Lawrence line. Takes the shot. Save is made by Mahaffey. Big rebound to the left side. Stark couldn't get a stick on it as he was tied up, and Lawrence will play it back the other way. We've passed the 10-minute mark of this third period. It's a 2-0 Yellow Jacket lead. From the neutral zone, it's dumped in, comes around the boards. Behind the net, Beaumont battling for it. He centers, Ryder intercepts, circles his net, goes up the left side. That one's behind Reed Stark. Absolutely nothing he could have done with that. It'll come all the way down to be icing on the Vikings. And the faceoff will come back in Yellow Jacket territory with 9:34 remaining. Referee John Loy having a conversation with Ethan Beaumont of Lawrence. Not exactly sure what Beaumont was talking about. Saw the hand gestures going quite a bit there. At any rate, the face-off to the left of Kobe Grant. Jackets control it. Go to clear, and that one's going to go up into the bench. Face-off will stay in the zone, but the Jackets able to change personnel. 9:27 to play here in the third. 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jacket fans, if you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets, get started and receive 200 points just for registering, 200 more points for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. Whenever I read that announcement, I have to remember to get in there and claim my points for the game. A lot of cool prizes in that Swarm Central store. People have heard me talk about it before. A lot of great prizes in there. T-shirts, coffee cups, lanyards, you name it. A cool view you got going there with the pucks on the glass. Very artsy, Andrew. That was very artsy. 9:27 to go in the third. 2-0 Yellow Jackets face off to Grant's left. Holmes wanted to go around to the right wing side. That was intercepted. Quick shot left circle by Cloutier, and the save is made by Grant. Comes up to the left point. It's going to be driven back down the boards. Now the Jackets try to work it free, but Can Ishmael knocks his man down. Puck gets past the defense. Terrian giving chase, as is Nickerson. But Jeb D wins the race to the puck. Now back the other way. McHugh bounces off the check of Holmes. McHugh on the right side, hits the brakes, drops that off for Beaumont, then he loses the puck. Terrian has it poked off his stick. Ishmael gets it back, and he'll float it the other way for Terrian. Pass out of his reach, but he negates the icing call. Wraps it around to the right side for Nickerson, who goes back down low for Terrian. Thing with shoulder height, there's not a lot you can do about it. Just try to knock it down. Can't really make a play. Puck's along the end boards now. Terrian tries to get loose from the check and does. The puck squirts free. Terrian right wing corner. Leaving it there for Ishmael, but he couldn't quite handle that. Comes up to the line, but not out as it's held in by Whitehouse. Now it's poke checked away from him by Beaumont. Beaumont now getting behind the defense. Whitehouse takes him down. Is that going to be a penalty shot? Yes, it is. Not a lot Liam Whitehouse could do there. He mishandled the puck at the line. And the result is going to be a penalty shot with 8:11 to play. 11:49, the time of the penalty, holding on Liam Whitehouse. And Ethan Beaumont will take the penalty shot. Beaumont from his own zone now, picks up speed. Slows it down as he crosses the Yellow Jacket line, left circle, fake, shoots, and he just missed that one wide. I think Grant might have got a piece of it with the blocker. And we stay at 2-0. January 27th of this year was the last time the Yellow Jackets allowed a penalty shot. That was against River Falls. They also got the save on that one. 8 minutes to play, third period, 2-0 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Dauphiné sends it into the Lawrence zone. Comes back behind the net. They wrap it around on the right wing side. Jackets break up the play. Comes out to the neutral zone. Tyler Ryder with a long shot. That's going to be steered away. Now Roosevelt in the left circle for Dauphiné. Justin Dauphiné tried to center. It hits the outside of the net. Gavin Watt picks it up on the right wing side. He'll cycle it down low. Dauphiné for Roosevelt. Watt knocks his man off the puck. Lawrence to clear. Not out. Jackets hold. Now the second attempt is going to come out. Defenseman bailed out early. Lawrence 1-on-5 as they get across the Yellow Jacket line. Danziger gets a stick on it here. Passes up the right wing for Watt. Gavin Watt dumps it in. Yellow Jackets changing now. Francois with the steal. Francois right wing corner. Plays it behind the net for Setter. Up top, left point, Holmes a long shot. The save made by Mahaffey. He's going to hang on. Face-off coming up here in Lawrence territory, down to 6:50 remaining. In the third period, Jackets up 2-0. Francois and McHugh will take the face-off here. Jackets win the draw. Holmes over to Brennan at the right point. Bounces that one off the end board, and it's going to come to the right side of the goal. And Mahaffey will grab that with the trapper and hold on to it, so we'll do it again. Face-off to Mahaffey's left. Jackets win the face-off. Holmes sends it deep. Setter's got it behind the net. Over to the left corner, Francois. Back behind the net, Setter. Up top, right point, Brennan. He drives it right back down low. Puck comes all the way around to the left wing corner. Up the half wall. Jackets try to keep it deep. Couldn't. Comes up top, and Watt dumps it back in. This puck's going to get dizzy from all the times it's just running along that rail from side to side. Finally, Eisenstark able to get it out of the zone. McHugh on the backhand, dumps it into Yellow Jacket territory. Holmes there, wraps it hard around the left side. Just died as it came off the boards. Setter had to pull up. He gets it ahead for Rasmussen at center now across the Lawrence line. Comes back down behind the net. Taken there by Tallarico. Over to the left wing side it goes, and Cloutier will dump that into Yellow Jacket territory. Bergstrom passes behind the net. Whitehouse up the left wall, wanted to go to Stark, but he was tied up. Now Stark's got it. Wanted to clear it, doesn't come out of the zone. Puck behind the Yellow Jacket net. Noonan stripped of the puck along the boards. Bergstrom gets it up the wall. Austin Paul clears, and Stark's got it. Stark across the line, cuts, fires. That's blocked by the defense. It pops in the air and lands in the left corner. It's loose behind the Lawrence goal now, and they're going to send it up the left wing boards. Jackets intercept. Whitehouse dumps it right back in. Probably could have been icing, but the linesman waving that one off. As we pass the 15-minute mark of the third period, Jackets leading 2-0. Ryder at center. For Terrian on the left wing, he'll flip it to the Lawrence line. Wanted Ishmael, but he was interfered with there. I guess a clean interference, if you will. Back the other way. Hollins for Lawrence across the line. Shot is deflected. Bounces off the end boards and slides into the goal crease. Covered up by Kobe Grant. And we'll get a face-off here in Yellow Jacket territory to the left of Grant. 4:36 to go. Shots 30-29 Lawrence. So this is the fourth game this season out of 7 that the Yellow Jackets have allowed at least 30 shots on net. Nickerson on the right wing. Got it to neutral ice. Lawrence quickly coming back. McHugh across the line. Danziger relieves him of the puck. Comes flipped to center. Nickerson giving chase. Swats it away from the defender, and it's all the way back down behind the Lawrence goal. They wrap it hard around the right wing. McHugh carries across the Yellow Jacket blue line. Feeds that one over. Shot taken by D goes over the top of the net. Holmes flattens a guy behind the net. That was definitely not clean interference. Play continuing on. At the left point, Beaumont plays it down the wall. Nickerson chops it away from him, and it's going to come out to neutral ice and then flipped right back in. Lawrence offside, so they have to tag up. Meanwhile, the Jackets start to rush the other way. Brennan up the right wing, Nickerson. He fed it across, looking for Terrian coming down the slot. Puck was out of his reach. Now Dauphiné battling forward along the end boards. Vikings come out with it. Eisenstark up the right wing. It hops past Blake Holmes. He's did a good job of kind of interfering again with a guy and was able to maintain position and clear. Lawrence will get it and dump it back in. Holmes on the backhand, clears it to neutral. Now Holmes for the Jackets starts it ahead. Crosses the red and dumps it in. It's going to come all the way down. Right wing corner. McHugh's got it here. Pettersson bothering him. Puck kicks back up the boards. Lawrence will regain control and go deep with it. Eisenstark backhands that up the right wing. Carried to neutral ice by Johnson. Yellow Jackets able to turn that over and come back the other way. Pettersson tips it across the line. Doesn't get deep enough. Lawrence back on the attack. Dene on the left wing. Knocked off the play by Whitehouse. Goaltender out here for Lawrence with 2.5 minutes to go in the third period. Jackets leading 2-0. Extra attacker on for the Vikings. Puck flipped into the Yellow Jacket zone. Gloved down by Bergstrom now. Beaumont comes away with the puck. Slides that one in on goal. Stick save made by Grant. Jackets go to clear. It's going to get past the defenseman. Setter giving chase. Setter catches up to it first right wing corner. He gets checked on the play. Puck is in his skates. And now Lawrence is going to come back the other way as we pass the 18-minute mark of the third period. 2-0 Yellow Jackets. Been that way for a long time. Centering attempt from behind the net by Cloutier is blocked. Dene tied up by Danziger. Dene comes out with it here. From the right circle, a shot through traffic. Save made by Grant. Gavin Watt to clear. That's going to get past the defense. Setter wanted to go after it, then thought twice about it. Didn't get a chance to peel off. The result will be icing. Faceoff will come back in the Yellow Jacket zone with 1:31 to go. Wondering if someone's going to call a timeout here. And there it is. The Vikings will utilize their timeout. Not a lot of shots on net in this third period. Two teams have combined for just 12. 6 apiece. Shots 32-29 favoring the Vikings. Fortunately for the Yellow Jackets, they're up 2-0. 1:31 to go. Face-off will be in Yellow Jacket territory to the left of Kobe Grant. Yellow Jackets will come out of the timeout and change personnel. Change some personnel, I should say. Francois, Setter, and Watt are the forwards. Ryder and Danziger back on defense. Francois will take the face-off against McHugh. McHugh wins the draw. Cloutier from the right point, a shot. Save made by Grant. Face off to Grant's left again. Rasmussen in to take the draw. He wins it. Ends up in the right wing corner. Stark able to poke it past. And that's going to come down into the Lawrence zone. Puck's dumped back down into Yellow Jacket territory. Holmes chases it down, gives that one around. Stark can't clear. Cloutier from the right circle, fans on the shot, gets the second one through. The save made by Grant. Rebound picked up by by Paul rather. He tries to clear it, doesn't come out. Now the Jackets take off the other way. Rasmussen across the line, plays it toward the open goal and misses just wide. Lawrence back on the attack. 40 seconds to play, Cloutier on the right wing. He'll dump it in. Left wing corner. Beaumont stripped of the puck by Danziger. Then he stripped of the puck. Centering pass out front. That one's going to get blocked. Jackets are going to send that the other way. It's going to come all the way down, and that'll be icing with 20 seconds to play. Good opportunity there for Lawrence as they got in tight. And Reed Stark got it in the slot and got it on the backhand and sent it the distance. Face off in the Yellow Jacket zone. Controlled here by Lawrence. It comes up top. Stick handling at the left point. Valsagov comes back down the wall. Centering attempt. Broken up by the Yellow Jackets. Stark takes another attempt at it and he scores! Empty netter for Reed Stark, his second of the game. And with 0.3 seconds on the clock, Yellow Jackets make it 3-0. And they mysteriously just said that forget the final 0.3.
His second goal of the hockey game, number 7, Reed Stark. He's assisted on that goal by number 30, Kobe Grant. That's Stark, his second goal of the hockey game.
So Stark from Grant, a goalie point. You don't see too many of those. So he pitches the shutout, gets himself an assist. All he needed was a goal. Final score tonight, the Yellow Jackets win it 3-0 over Lawrence. We'll take a break and come back with the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. That's the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy, and it comes on the heels of a 3-0 win for the Yellow Jackets here tonight at Westman Arena. Number one, Yellow Jackets back in the win column and avoid losing consecutive games. They haven't done that yet this year, so a big victory that way. Number two, they advance to the championship game of the 2024 Superior Showdown sponsored by Subway. And they will face St. Scholastica tomorrow night here at Westman Arena, 7:05 face-off. It'll be the second meeting of the year between the two teams. Played just a couple of weeks ago with the Yellow Jackets winning that one 2-1 on a last-minute goal by Justin Dauphiné, but more on that a little bit later on in tonight's postgame show. The other thing that this one did is the Yellow Jackets pitched a shutout, and it's been almost 2 years since the Yellow Jackets last had a clean sheet following a game. Go all the way back to February 18th, 2023. The Yellow Jackets shut out Northland in a playoff game here at Westman Arena, 3-0. Dylan Milan, who's playing at Robert Morris University in the Division I ranks, was the last Yellow Jacket to pitch a shutout. So it's been a while since the Jackets have had a clean sheet, and they'll take that one tonight for sure and advance that championship game tomorrow. We are awaiting the arrival of Brian Meisner, Yellow Jacket assistant coach. He makes his way slowly. It's a lot of stairs you got to climb. I get it. A lot of stairs you got to climb. Grab that headset, fine sir. Me, I'm just hearing the microphone getting beat up.
What? I can't hear you.
You can't hear anything?
No.
How about now?
Oh, I can now.
Now we got it. All right, they turned the
What
volume.
did you say about me?
Well, I said number one. Pretty cool that you got all these guys holding doors for you.
Yeah,
and,
like I feel special.
and all this stuff. But at any rate, Mouse, a 3-0 win.
Yeah.
Not the prettiest game we've seen by any means, but what you guys are doing was effective.
Yeah. To some extent, we weren't really happy with our first period here tonight, and our D zone wasn't where we wanted to be. I thought as the game drew on there, we got better with the defensive zone and just trying to keep it simple for our guys, and it just seems like it's just one of our things we're dealing with right now. So I don't know. A lot of shots. We gave a lot of shots.
He gave up a lot of shots, and that was one of the things I was going to comment on. Is it's fourth time this year this team has given up 30-plus shots on goal in a game. You got the win. In 3 of those games you've gotten the win, which is great.
That's true.
But when push comes to shove as the year goes on, that's going to be way too many.
Yeah, you're playing with fire.
Yeah.
As you know. And, our goaltenders have been outstanding in those wins.
Yep.
Kobe was unbelievable tonight. He was great. And so for him to get the shutout, I'm really happy for him because he worked so hard for it and he got it. And, he's biding his time and, not complaining, just working hard in practice. So really proud of that kid. As a defensive coach, we're giving up just way too many easy shots.
Yep.
And I know we can be a lot better with this, so I'm frustrated that end. But like you said, we found a way to win. Our guys did a lot of good things too. So don't get me wrong. I'm just.
Well,
my mind.
Yeah, coach's mind's always to the negative first. You'll go in and you'll congratulate your guys. Go, hey, great job, blah blah blah. But there's always a but that comes on the end of that. And for me, the but I think is in that second period. A really nice start, a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
Penalty derails it again, and we've seen that too many times this year.
Yeah, another too many men on the ice call tonight. And you're right. And that's part of our discipline, part of our, keeping the game simple, part of just playing for each other. And we did a great job killing some of those penalties here tonight. And I thought, for the most part, we took a step forward in our game, because even after we took some calls that, I don't know. But once we got through some of this tough stuff, I thought our defensive zone was a lot better in the second period and in the third period. We weren't playing not to lose. We were trying to play to win, but we're still on that fine line because I think sometimes we play not to lose.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the guys have to learn to play to win at all times. And Rich is talking to him on the bench even during that timeout, and he told the guys, listen, I don't want the third goal to be an empty net. I want the third goal to be now. We've earned it. We've worked for it. So let's, that's what we're trying to do.
Colin Pedersen, first game of the year tonight after coming back in and ends up getting an assist on that second goal. Impact right away.
Impact right away. Yeah, he's captain for a reason. He's just an outstanding person first and foremost. Like if you met him, he's got great parents. You know,
Right.
He's just a fantastic kid, role model, and made a great pass to Franny. I thought Franny played great tonight, Matt Francois. So he was, that was exciting. Like you said, he made an impact. He's a big guy. He knows how to play the game the right way, and he's showing the younger guys how to do that.
Yeah, so great first outing for him, and all in all, good one here tonight, but you have to quickly turn the page because championship game coming tomorrow, and you want to start stringing some wins together here to close out the first half. Familiar foe.
Yeah, very familiar. We should have a packed house tomorrow night, right? It's free. Right? No, I'm saying. Well, anyway, come out.
We're taking
what
out.
What else are you going to do on Saturday night?
It's coming out of Mouse's paycheck.
Yeah. You can double my paycheck. But anyway, come on out and watch us play. It's going to be a great game. We know we got our hands full against a team that we beat a couple weeks ago. They want to beat us. It's always a close game, and it's always a little, I wouldn't say rough and tumble, but it's there's some emotions.
There's no love
involved.
lost there.
Yeah, there's emotions involved, and they have a great team. We think we have a good team, so it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, it should be a fun one here. Excited about that, and it's 4-0 on Fridays.
Yeah,
I always say to you up here, you can't sweep if you don't win Fridays. So the Jackets 4-0 on Friday. Let's see if we can finally close one out.
100%. We're halfway there. So.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mouse.
Thank you, Garbs.
All right, buddy. Yellow Jacket assistant coach Brian Meisner stopping by the booth here to talk to us in the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with the postgame summary right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back at Westman Arena, the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy, coming after a 3-0 victory for the Yellow Jackets over Lawrence University in the second game of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. Let's jump into our postgame summary. And the Yellow Jackets opening the scoring at 9:47 of the first period. Reed Stark scoring his third goal of the season from Tyler Ryder and Austin Paul to make it 1-0. And this is a goal that kind of fooled me. I didn't think it got through. I didn't know if it got blocked by a defender or just got caught up in traffic or what happened. I didn't see the puck get through. And then I see Reed Stark celebrating. Then the goal light came on. Referee pointed, and it ended up being the third goal of the season. Just a simple shot from about somewhere between the hash mark and the top of the left circle. He just took a good snapshot from there, and it ended up getting caught up in traffic a little bit, but it got through for his his third goal of the season. That was at 9:47 of the opening period. 1-0 Yellow Jackets. Stayed that way through the first period. Shots on goal in the opening period. Lawrence had 14. The Yellow Jackets had 12. Jackets came out and it was a slow, choppy start to the second period. They won the opening faceoff. They got down the ice, and there was a quick stoppage. They won the next draw. Liam Whitehouse took a shot from the blue line that got stopped and held. They won the next draw. Liam Whitehouse took a shot from the blue line that got stopped and held. They won the next faceoff. Liam Whitehouse took a shot from the blue line that got stopped and held. That happened 3 consecutive times. Off of the next one, the Yellow Jackets were able to generate a little bit of movement in the offensive zone. Colin Pedersen crashed into the left wing corner, centered it out to Matt Francois between the circles, and his wrist shot beat goaltender, Nolan Mahaffey up high on the stick side. His second of the season. Gavin Rasmussen also got an assist on that. That was 28 seconds into the second period. It was a 2-0 lead for the Yellow Jackets. Stayed that way through the second period. Shots in the second period, 12 for Lawrence, 2-period total of 26. 11 for the Yellow Jackets, a 2-period total of 23. Then in the third period, again, a lot of stops and starts, a lot of face-offs, a lot of choppy play. Wasn't a lot of flow in there or anything like that. There was a couple coincidental penalties earlier in the period. Nothing came from that. Yellow Jackets had a power play within the first 5 minutes. Nothing came out of that. It was still 2-0. About halfway through the period, Liam Whitehouse mishandled the puck at the Lawrence blue line, and it ended up being a breakaway the other way for Ethan Beaumont. He got taken down. Referee Taylor Vachorek called for the penalty shot, and Beaumont came in and weaved, sort of from the left circle, kind of worked his way into the slot, tried to go on the blocker side, but Kobe Grant was able to make the save on that and preserve the 2-0 lead at that point. Then with less than a second to go in the third period, Reed Stark scoring his second goal of the game, 4th of the season. He now leads Yellow Jackets in the goal department with 4. Kobe Grant got the assist, and that made the final score 3-0. Shots in the third period, Lawrence had 8 for a game total of 34, and the Yellow Jackets had 7 for a game total of 30. Penalties in the game, the Yellow Jackets took 4 penalties for 8 minutes, while 4 penalties for 8 minutes, while Lawrence took 4 penalties for 8 minutes, so penalties even in the hockey game. On the power play today, the Yellow Jackets going 0 for 3, and Lawrence was 0 for 2, plus they had the missed penalty shots. So that one ends up being, it's actually a penalty that you'll get the 2 minutes on your Liam Whitehouse will have 2 penalty minutes for it, but the nothing on the power play, but it is the missed penalty shot. A missed penalty shot on the play. So Jackets 0 for 3, Lawrence 0 for 2 with a missed penalty shot. Kobe Grant, as you heard Coach Meisner say, played a whale of a game between the pipes for the Yellow Jackets tonight. 34 saves for him. He earns his first victory on the season. His record now even at 1-1-1. And the shutout was the first of his collegiate career. At the other end, Nolan Mahaffey was pretty good in the pipes as well for Lawrence. He didn't have to face too many difficult shots, as the Jackets didn't do the greatest job tonight of getting into the high danger area and getting those high danger opportunities. But he finishes the night with 27 saves. Yellow Jackets improved to 4-2-1 on the season, while Lawrence drops to 3-6-1 on the campaign. 3-0 Yellow Jackets winning here tonight. We'll take one more timeout and come back and put this one to bed from Westman Arena right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Final segment of our postgame show here tonight from Westman Arena. The postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy. Yellow Jackets with a 3-0 win over Lawrence University to advance the championship game of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. More on that in a moment. Time now for our postgame show 3-star selection, and tonight the number 3-star, even though he took that penalty that led to the penalty shot tonight. Number 3-star is going to be Yellow Jacket junior defenseman Liam Whitehouse. I thought he was really good. I thought he was particularly good in the first period. Because of injury, he's kind of thrust into that right side defenseman on the top pairing, and I thought he had a really good game tonight despite not ending up with any points or anything like that. He had a good outing, so he is going to get to be star number 3. The number 2 star tonight will be Yellow Jacket senior forward Reed Stark, who scored the eventual game-winning goal midway through the first period and added that empty netter in the third. 2-goal performance for him tonight. He is going to be star number 2. And I don't even think you need a drum roll on this one. The number 1 star tonight is going to be Yellow Jacket sophomore goaltender Kobe Grant. The 34-save shutout, the first of his collegiate career, and he also added a point on the assist on the empty net goal, also the first of his career. So a really strong performance for Kobe Grant in net tonight for the Yellow Jackets, and he will be star number 1. The number 3 star, Liam Whitehouse. The number 2 star, Reed Stark. And the number 1 star is Kobe Grant. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the only other game in conference play tonight came, or I should say with the conference foe tonight, was UW-Eau Claire on the road at St. Norbert. And it was all Green Knights tonight at the Cornerstone Community Center in Ashwaubenon. St. Norbert a 5-1 win over UW-Eau Claire. Same two teams will play tomorrow evening at the Hobbs Ice Center in Eau Claire. That is a 7 o'clock face-off. Our next sports broadcast here on 91.3 KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV will come your way tomorrow. As first on Yellow Jacket TV tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we will have the consolation game of the 2024 Superior Showdown, sponsored by Subway. Lawrence and Dubuque will be doing battle, and a couple of conference opponents there as they both play out of the NCHA. So they will face each other tomorrow at 3 o'clock face-off, and we'll have that one live here on Yellow Jacket TV. And then tomorrow night here, a 7:05 face-off, 6:30 pregame show, the second meeting of the season between the Yellow Jackets and St. Scholastica. And that one is for all the marbles here at the Superior Showdown. The winner of that will take home the trophy this year. Same two teams from a year ago, and what an exciting game that was, as the Yellow Jackets won that one 3-2 in overtime. And one of my favorite all-time goal yells was the Jordan Gainey overtime winner. So hopefully there's not as much high drama tomorrow as there was last year, but at any rate, we're excited about that one. And that'll be the championship game tomorrow. Again, 7:05 face-off, 6:30 pregame show. On the radio side tonight, Chris Allen was the engineer back in the studio, and for Yellow Jacket TV, our producer was Bradley Lellis. For Brad here on site and for Chris back in the studio, this is John Garver. Final score here again tonight. Yellow Jackets with a 3-0 victory over Lawrence in their first round game of the 2024 Superior Showdown. Thank you very much for making us a part of your Friday, and we look forward to having you back with us again tomorrow night. Thank you very much, everybody, and good night from Westman Arena.